Hi.
Hello, Patreon members.
Hello there.
We will be joined by Wilbon this episode, and we'll kick it around for a few minutes and then hop on the regular audio pod. While we were doing the intro, I saw a hilarious tweet, and I sent it to you on Twitter, Wilbon. So after the show, maybe after the show.
Okay, it's an after show tweet. Okay,
it's an after show tweet, 100%.
Again, of course, you can't send me tweets anymore. I'm off.
Oh, come on.
The skies are blue for Mike Case.
I deleted my Twitter. The skies are blue.
You actually deleted it?
The threads are clean. I did. I didn't delete our Black Series Cantina, but I deleted my personal one now.
So you deactivated it, or it's permanently deleted?
I deleted it because fuck Elon Musk.
I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I have a Blue Sky account, but I still have a Twitter account.
I did that for a while, and then I'm just like, you know what? I'm done. I don't get anything out of Twitter anymore. And so many people that I followed and cared about on Twitter moved over to Blue Sky or use Threads or whatever.
That makes sense.
I just don't need the negativity. And you know what? I've had nothing but, knock on wood, I've had nothing but super good positive interactions on Blue Sky. Last night, I was just feeling really down about collecting G.I. Joe, and I voiced my opinion. Where I was just I feel kind of gross collecting G.I. Joe, how it's so pro-military propaganda. I like it, but it all I didn't care about that as a kid because no one thought that way back then. At least no one I knew thought that way. But now, as an adult with all the shit going on, I just felt weird collecting it. But I also just today bought a G.I. Joe. So, I contain multitudes, but I was still that's how I was feeling, but not one person was like, you're a piece of shit. How could you not like G.I. Joe? What are you, some kind of unpatriotic, jackass or what? No one, not one person said anything negative. Not everyone agreed with me. Some people are just I just see the escapism. I like the sci-fi aspects. We had a conversation about it.
Yeah.
But no one was super weird about it. And that was the big difference for me.
It feels closer to how Twitter used to feel in 2010. 2010 Twitter, where it's very basic. There's not as much garbage. I feel there's so much for-profit garbage on Twitter now.
Absolutely.
It's engagement bait, as they say.
Yeah. And I saw a thing I saw an article like so many accounts on Twitter and X are bots. Like they're not even real people. Like oftentimes you're arguing with someone that's not even a real person.
You're arguing with some AI bot.
With AI.
Once Twitter started paying people for engagement views, and everything is a reaction, and a lot of it's just false. Like there's accounts that just post like false stuff just to get a reaction.
Just to get a reaction.
You know, that's clearly like not real. You know,
because they know people will want to correct it. So it's engagement bait to get. Like they know it's not right, but
maybe that's the strategy I need to do on TikTok.
100%. You know? Like say something wrong. No, and I know it. I never do this on purpose, but like on YouTube, you post a video and you say something even a little bit wrong, you get 30 comments of saying like, actually, yeah. And I'm like, this is actually great.
I'll be like,
look at the engagement.
Good, drive the engagement. Yeah.
I'll post a video. I'll be like, the Super Battle Droid.
How I was wrong.
Super Battle Droid debuted in the Clone Wars cartoon, and then just have a billion people.
Oh my God! You like the Acolyte? You piece of shit! Let me tell you about how the Acolyte's bad. Oh no!
That's what I did.
Tell me.
I did. I will say, I remember talking to Wilbon about this when it was happening. I did post a couple Acolyte videos around that time, knowing it was so reactionary. You know, had to do what I had to do.
You gotta farm it a little bit, man.
Yeah, I had to farm it a little bit.
You gotta farm just a little bit. We should be able
but
to farm
I wasn't the one
bit.
saying, like, I wasn't being, like, super negative and getting those. I was actually saying, it's actually kind of solid, and then hoping to get, like, all the people and be like, we are a fucking piece of shit.
This is garbage.
You know?
Woke. This is garbage. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Disney.
Tell
Disney.
me.
Woke Disney. Woke
tell
Disney.
me it's woke. Yep. Tell me.
Yeah.
It's woke.
You know that GIF of the girl with all the hot dogs hitting her face? Like that's what I want the engagement to be.
Yeah, but I actually haven't been posting on TikTok a lot because, as we were talking about before jumping on here, all three of us have been really busy at work. It sounds like, and you know,
I'm pretty much. The nice thing for me is I'm pretty much like done being busy at work. Like the next 3 weeks of work, because I have all next week off for Thanksgiving. Because like we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. We have unlimited PTO, so my boss is like, why wouldn't you take Monday and Tuesday off? Like you already have half the week. What are you going to do in those 2 days?
Yeah, nothing ever gets done those days anyway.
100%. And then we have like 3 weeks of like December, which like there's nothing that's happening in our work those 3 weeks, and then like 2 weeks off for Christmas. So like the rest of the year for me is like a cakewalk. I got all my busy shit done.
That sounds so nice.
Yeah.
I'm just constantly really, trying to learn new healthcare terms and.
Yeah, I had to learn what EBITDA is. I still don't really know what EBITDA is. I know it's a business term. It's about goals and marketing.
I bet if you told me, I would not remember what it is, though.
Nope.
Oh, Thanksgiving Day.
I used to work Thanksgiving.
I hope you get holiday.
I don't miss that. Yeah. I used to work. I mean, I worked retail for 20. Basically, from the time I graduated high school until 2021, I worked retail. So I worked every holiday.
Damn.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be soon. Like, I'll be working from home more than, you know, because I can basically pick my schedule once I get comfortable with everything. So I'm hoping to do, you know, at least 3 days at home a week. Because I really didn't like working from home every single day at my last job.
You get lonely.
That's got to get old.
And,
yeah.
So, but I was able to churn out like 2 TikToks a day at sometimes, you know, if like the first one doesn't do too well, post the second one. And then it basically doubles, you know, what I would make that day. And then, but now it's like I get home at 5 and I'm sleepy because I'm not used to actually like waking up early to shower, to drive to the office, to work, to commute back. You know, I'm used to just waking up, brush my teeth and eating something and then like working in the basement, you know, so.
I feel like a hybrid schedule is better where you go in part of the week and then you're home the other couple days. That way you get to mix it up a little bit.
You get so disconnected working from home 100% of the time. Yeah.
I think I'm going to do like Monday and Friday from home and then just go in, just knock out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the office. Yeah. Or no, I want 3 days from home. So like maybe like in the office Tuesday and Thursday or something.
Thursday. Yeah.
Something like that might so people can see me a little bit.
No, you don't do Thursday.
You got to pop in a little bit.
You got to come home. You got to be home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good point.
So do like Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's honestly better middle of the week, and then hopefully people won't bother me. But learning healthcare is, I feel like it's a challenge. I'm like, it's a totally different world for me, and sometimes I just feel lost so far. So
you'll get the hang of it. You're smart.
Yeah. Am I?
I mean, you're smart enough.
Okay. EBITDA means earning before interest, depreciation, and amortization. It's a metric used to assess a company's earnings. That's terms I had. EBITDA. EBITDA. Earnings before interest, depreciation. I had to look it up because I forgot what it meant. Like I learned it, and then I'm like, I know it's earnings or something, but it's a business term.
I thought it was an actual word.
No, everyone always just says EBITDA.
EBI. Okay,
yeah. Everyone, but anytime we're in a meeting, it's always, the EBITDA. What's the EBITDA on that? Like EBITDA this, EBITDA that. I'm like, I don't fucking know. And they go, we have to go to the up market. I'm like, every 100% of the time, I'm always like, what's up market? Because just hoping someone says not much. What's up with you? But no one ever says it.
People need more goofy humor in their life. Right? Yeah, exactly.
Look, you can't save cats from fire pole or from light poles at home.
Hold on. Now hear me out. If you set fires in your house,
that would work. That would work.
You're like, oh no, I have another fire to put out. It's at my house.
I'm imagining him piloting a drone or something from home.
When it squirts water, it's like a water gun on a drone.
Yeah, that's actually nuts.
Actually, that would be awesome.
Yeah. I would do that job. That sounds great.
100% do that.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I mean, we trained all our lives playing video games to do that, so
right?
We'd be good at it.
Literally what I've trained my entire life for.
Give me a government contract. I'm going to make that happen. Drone firefighting.
Drone firefighting. I'm in.
Yeah.
You had to do that in the Spider-Man game, right? The PS4 one?
That's right.
A little bit with the little spider bot thing.
The little spider bot thing, yep.
Yeah.
And you got to go put out small fires and
to be honest, I didn't like those parts of the game. Like, it just felt like padding. Like,
yeah, it is.
Like, yeah, they're they're very repetitive.
You're just artificially like increasing the length of this game by putting in a weird little spider bot mini game.
Also, I didn't realize people had an issue with all the MJ missions.
I didn't have a problem with, because
that actually enhances the story though. Like you're actually doing something. Yeah.
Because I care about Mary Jane as a character, whereas I don't care about a drone.
Yeah, the drone thing is cool, like the first time, maybe second time you do it, and then after that, it's like, I got to do this thing again.
It would be cool if the drone were an option you had to get something done, but you could also do it a different way. It was just like one option you could do.
Yeah, because I got to send the drone to put out the fire that I can't reach, and then it's like, it puts you there, and then you got to crawl under these walls and stuff.
Ugh. No.
Ugh, indeed. Ugh.
I've played every Spider-Man PS4 game they've came out with, including the Miles Morales one, but I'm probably not getting the next one. I'm probably just going to watch the story on YouTube from somebody.
I get it. I enjoyed it. Like that's a game I never used fast travel for, because I was like, oh, good, the next mission is on the other side of the city, because honestly, I could just swing around in that game.
Yeah, swinging around is
the best part of the game is like flipping around while you're swinging through the city. 100%. That's the best part.
I had so much fun just webs. Like sometimes I forget there's a game in there where it's not just a Spider-Man simulator.
Like, do I have to do the next mission?
Like, oh shit, there's a car that's being stolen. No, you guys are good. Stop.
Call the car. Dial
911. You can have it.
I gotta try to get this achievement of flipping 400 times or whatever. Yeah.
All right, we're almost 15 in, so
really funny. There's a scene in the next Spider-Man movie where he's just fucking around, and he sees like a bank robbery. He's like, nah.
I think there's videos where people cut whenever he's like, oh, that's your problem now, or talking to the guy that's
right. That's right.
And then
Forgot the part where that's my problem.
Yeah, that's it.
And then I've seen people edit it to where, he like saves a little girl from a bus, like getting hit by a bus. And then people clip in, it's like, that's not my problem now, or whatever he says. And it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Bully McGuire. The good stuff.
Bully McGuire.
Yeah. See you, chump.
Oh, did everybody do their discussion topics before we get in?
I did.
We don't. Well, Vaughn, you got your.
I got my list. I'm ready.
It was real. I had like 15. I had 15, and then for some reason I got down to 10. I thought they're done. Got it to 10, and then I realized no.
It's got to narrow it down.
And also eight's a big wave. We could have done 6. We could have done like 6.
It's rare that we get a full like undoubled up 8 wave. Like when was the last wave? When was the last wave that was just 8 straight new characters?
Skeleton Crew, or is that 6 or
that's
6?
6?
That's 6 and 2.
Yeah.
Kenobi like, maybe? Did they double up on the Kenobi show? Because I remember they released a lot initially.
I think they doubled up on the Kenobi in that one. I know we got a full 8 on the one with
like
Mick Mayfeld like 2 years ago.
The Fennec Shand wave, like
the one with Fennec Shand and Boba Fett and Migs Mayfeld and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's good podcast chat. So
it is. All right.
For whenever we're around it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure you all did it. So, all right, well, Bon, we're going to kick you out, and then we'll start the pod. It's all you.
It's all me?
It's all
Finally.
You.
Finally. It's about time. It's all Mike Case. Hi there. Welcome to Black Series Cantina, episode Ocho y Cuatro. Ochenta y Cuatro? Ochenta y Cuatro. That's 84.
I'm not a Spanish speaker.
That's right.
You could have made something up and I would have been like, that's 84.
You would have not. No, it's Ochenta y Cuatro. And yeah, that voice is my ever-present co-host, Zach from the streets. Zach, how's the streets?
Usual. The streets they're solid. We're out here hunting for Black Series figures as usual, as we do.
As we do. I don't know about you, but I've had a very expensive 2 weeks, personally.
Yeah, I've got some things this week, so I'm looking forward to fine editions, and I know you have a lot. So
I got a lot. We're gonna just kept coming. It's like the end of the year avalanche, and we will 100% get into that. But I did want to thank everyone either watching this right now live, our Patreon members on Patreon, or listening to this, or watching in the future, or listening to it on the audio. It means a lot to me that you're here to spend this time with us, because you could be doing anything else. You could be driving right now and listening to us. That's what I do, because I have it set up on my podcast. Whenever there's a new episode, it just downloads on my phone, and when I start my car, it's like, oh, there's a new episode, and I get to hear myself.
Do you actually listen to our podcast?
Honestly, I do. Ever since I got into my new car, and it does that, because like for whatever reason. And it's just because I've subscribed to a bunch of podcasts on the podcast app on my phone. But
and you have ours auto download?
Just our podcast. It auto downloads. And then whenever, like even if I'm listening to music or an audiobook, whenever I start my car, when there's a new episode, it just automatically goes into the podcast app and starts our latest episode. And I'm like,
That's what every new car needs to do.
It's a new feature.
It just needs to start playing Black Series Cantina every time you get in your car.
Yeah. Move over, office ladies. It's Black Series Cantina time.
Hey, that would be an amazing feature. You got to pay an extra, like $5 to get your cards automatically play Black Series Cantina.
Worth it.
I'd be down. We're kind of new car shopping right now, so I hope that's the case for whichever car or two that we end up buying. So.
Yep.
That'd be a nice feature if I could just hear your voice and my voice right when I get in my car.
The dulcet tones of our voices together. Sometimes I talk to us when I'm driving and like listening, because that's when I listen to things. I wouldn't listen to the podcast outside of my car. So I'm driving around and I'm like, shut up, Mike. You're stupid. Or
you can like you can do what I do. I mute myself, and then I ask you a question, and then I turn it up just to hear what you say. It's like you're really there again, because I'm sad that you're not here anymore since you were here for ICC Con and everything.
We did have fun.
We had a blast. Also, I forgot to put that in the show notes, so we're going to get to that. But before we get to the rest of the show, we do have a jam-packed show for you all this time. We have a couple news bits, and then we got some 2-pack reveals to go over, which everybody knows what they are, but we're going to give our thoughts on those later on. And we have a very cool discussion topic that was inspired by an email we got last week, but we'll talk more about that later on. But first,
Clone Command wants to know if it's an update on his original question that someone else asked in an email. So yes, the answer is yes.
100%. Potentially
it is.
But first, let's get to, if you're watching the video, obviously you've been here in the Patreon intro, but if you're listening to the audio, let's go and bring on our guest for the first time, I think, as an official guest representing his new show, Monday Night Figure Ball. Well, I guess it's not new anymore, but newish show, Monday Night Figure Ball. Will Bond, welcome to the Cantina.
No longer here as a VIP Patreon. He's grown up. He's got his own show to look after.
I've spread my wings. I'm doing my own thing with some other crazy guys on YouTube.
He literally left the nest.
So fun fact, I alluded to this earlier, but when we were all hanging out at ICC, everyone gave me stickers and magnets and stuff. And I accidentally left them in my jeans when I washed them.
Oh,
I know. But my wife yesterday, she goes, Mike, what's this magnet on the inside of the washing machine? I'm like, what magnet? She's like, it says Zoo Boy. And it's just like a Zoo Boy magnet, like stuck to the inside of my washing machine.
Shout out.
Your washing machine. Your washing machine is now a fan of Monday Night Figure Ball.
So it's official Zoo Boy merch now, is what it is.
Yes,
yes, official Zoo Boy washing.
The Zoo Boy dryer.
That's right. Zoo Boy being a regular host on Monday Night Figure Ball. Wilbon, why don't you tell us a little bit about Monday Night Figure Ball?
Yeah, so it kind of started, weirdly enough, as like just a show on my own where I would like watch football and then talk toys kind of at the same time.
And me. And so don't leave me out.
I had Zach on there. Yeah, I had him on there once or twice. And then I started.
His power went out, and I was literally like running the show. It was literally just me, like for a little bit. It was wild
in there.
My power went out during the show, and Zach was like, "Oh, I guess I am this show now."
Monday Night Zachary Ball.
Yeah,
I'm stealing it. That's my new YouTube. Everybody's been asking me for a YouTube channel. There you go.
That's it.
That's going to be it.
Monday Night Zach Ball. But I started to have a couple buddies on from like the community Discord, like fellow mods over on Out of the Basement Discord. And
is that how you chose them? I always wondered, like, why them? Why is you boy and Mr. Coffee? What do they bring to the table?
So originally I had Fig Fury, one of my buddies from the Discord on.
Yeah,
and he was great.
Who's in chat, by the way, awesome. With us right now.
What up,
Fig? He's there.
Yeah. And he was a really awesome guest to have on the show. And I was like, would you want to do this again? And he was like, yeah, I had a great time. So I had him, and then I asked Zoo Boy to come on. I had seen him on Lazy Sunday with Nate and Justin on Out of the Basement. And he was terrific. He's a yapper. He's a certified yapper. I love talking 100%. To that guy.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
So they came on for a guest and then just never left.
Yep, and I was like, would you guys want to do this again? Because this was great. Like, and we just kept it up every single week since then. So, and then we brought on Mr. Coffee as a guest. Same thing. He stuck around, and now here we are today.
So, if you just want to be a full-time Monday Night Figure Baller, just refuse to not be a guest for the next week.
Yeah, just then, come back.
Just keep coming back. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me. My dad brought home a girl one time a long time ago, and then she literally never left, and she lived with us for like 8 months. I was a really little kid, and she ended up stealing his car, and it was a whole ordeal.
Oh my god!
And but so that's basically like your other
real story.
Ballers. So I swear to God, they were dating. She came over, and she just like basically moved in. It was kind of like he couldn't really kick her out, but then he finally was like, we can't do this anymore. And then she stole his car.
She's like, fine.
Anyways.
Stealing your car.
Yeah.
Don't let Zooboy borrow your car if you ever quit.
Okay. Yeah. But it's a fun time. We stream every Monday night. Sometimes we'll do multiple shows a week, just based on like whatever's happening. Like if there's a big reveal from Black Series or something, or like imports, they drop a bunch of stuff like from Figure Arts or something like that. Then we'll do like a reveal stream, talk about it, etc. But
or an election.
We did do an election night stream. That did happen. Yeah.
I also live streamed on election night just to do something to not pay attention to whatever was happening. I opened up toys. That's what I did.
I was a little disappointed the four of you weren't, buttoned up, suit and tie the whole ordeal.
I did have the jacket.
You had the jacket, yeah. But everybody in the suit and tie would have been slick.
Yeah, I
two in a red tie, two in a blue tie, or everybody whatever color tie.
I wanted to, but I had just gone to that wedding and I hadn't had my stuff into the cleaners yet, and it's a whole thing. It's on me, Zach. It's on me. Should have done.
Taking responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'll watch the tape. Be better for next week.
We'll reevaluate. We'll look at the tape. Yeah.
Yeah. But Monday Night Figureball, it's a great time, so go check that out if you haven't. Speaking of Monday Night Figureball, and I kind of wanted to say, whenever you brought up Zooboy and like his magnet on the washer, what do you think lasts longer? Zooboy Snaggletooth snag session, or like an average wash of clothes?
Oh, that's.
I'm gonna go with snags. I'm gonna go with
snags as well. My washing machine's pretty quick.
Yeah,
I mean, depends on.
We got a relatively new one. Yeah, if you do a quick cycle, that easily.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I want to throw that question there, but we can ready to jump into fine editions.
Yeah, we got so much. We got a lot.
Guest goes first.
Ooh. Let me see. I'm gonna show off something I 3D printed actually, because I just
that's not a real thing.
3D printing is a real thing, Mike. But I just got the AMS add-on.
Nice.
For the
I see
bamboo.
it back there. It looks good.
Yeah. And so I printed a little holder for all my coasters I've gotten at Galaxy's Edge. So that's pretty
Who created that file?
I just got it on Maker World, the bamboo.
Okay.
That's cool. Like splash page or whatever. I just searched Star Wars and this came up. I was like, I need one of these.
It's even got the black spire thing on there, which is in Oga's Cantina. Look at that. It's like it was made specifically for those coasters.
Yeah. And I love that both Mr. Coffee and I got the Rancor one when we went to Oga's. This was the one they gave us just to taunt us that we didn't get a Black Series Rancor. Because
that's a slap in the face. I would have thrown it back at him. Like, you can't.
Honestly, both of us were like, what the actual hell? But in addition to that, I'll show these off since this is a Black Series focused show. I got Enoch and the Night Troopers.
Night.
Kind of had them in like some zombie poses earlier.
You got how many packs did you buy? You've got 2 Night Troopers there.
So I got 2, and I'm mailing one Enoch to Fig Fury, all the way out to Idaho where he's at.
Nice.
They're really cool. I love these.
We're gonna dox Fig Fury on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly where he's state again. Yeah.
Yeah, is it a county address? Street?
Yeah, I'll plug his whole address. This is some Happy Meal garbage. I got a bunch of Jawas.
Yeah.
Lots.
Those have light piping on them. I always love those.
And lots of Jawas. Another Jawa.
Are these for your cantina, I'm assuming?
Yep. Another Jawa. I have another one coming.
Not 5.
And then one comes
6,
with the Street of Mos Eisley Happy Meal diode thing. So I'm gonna have 9 total. I think I'm just a Jawa person now. That's kind of what I'm leaning into.
You're just gonna have a whole Jawa set, like Dan Larson's Boba set, just a bunch of Jawas.
The Jawa set.
That's gonna be my thing. I'm gonna have a bunch of varying sizes of Jawas from like throughout like all of Star Wars.
Get the vintage one.
Toy lines.
Get the
I think that might be my thing. I lean into is just a bunch of Jawas. Just have a.
No, you got to do a bunch of shitty Kiadi Mundis.
I do have a bunch of those.
Yeah,
no, I have this absolute Frankenstein. A bunch of Percotties. I need that.
I'm gonna mail it to you. I'm sorry, haven't mailed you your package yet. I'm going to this Saturday.
It's been months. It's been a while at this point.
Yeah. Okay, look, I don't.
You know what, Zach? Hang on. Just wait until May or May of next year and just give it to me in person at this point. Right. Just hold on to it.
Well, no, because I told you I'd mail it, and
I
have your badge. I need to get you your badge.
Oh, okay, you got my badge. That's good. I'll just wear it. I'll just use it to get into the next ICC.
I'm sure
that's all I got to mail you, though, right? Is the badge and the Perk ID Mundi.
That's all I know of. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna write that because I'm doing it this Saturday. And Mike, I got to get you your Bucky's Christmas ornament. I'm doing it this Saturday. All right. Continue. I bought it. Yeah, I just haven't mailed it to you yet. It's up close to Christmas time, so.
Cool.
Continue.
Yeah.
So I've been messing with this Kiadi Mundi figure for a while. I have two of these. I have one on my Attack of the Clones shelf and one that lives on my desk. So I've kind of made this the unofficial mascot for my channel. It's a Stone Cold Steve Austin Kiadi Mundi.
It's amazing. I love the belt.
Mundi 316.
Yeah, Mundi 316. I gave him
You gotta get a custom shirt.
Yeah.
The knee. I didn't even notice the knee braces. That's insane.
Yeah, I did this last.
Knee braces. That's so funny.
I'm gonna see how many other silly wrestling accessories I can give him. He's got the mic. He's got the belt. He's got the
shirt. Some Macho Man.
He needs
sunglasses.
The sunglasses. That needs to be the next thing. Yeah.
He needs a beer can.
I need to get some silly sunglasses, and then
he needs a beer can, like a table with some beer cans, like empty beer cans or whatever.
Speaking of a beer can, my buddy Shadow Dragon sent me a beer can for my Stone Cold Steve Austin that I do have. Sick. So I could give him a little case of beer or something.
Hell
that would go well. That would go well with it. Anyway. I think that's all I have. I don't have a whole lot of new stuff right now.
Okay.
Trying to cut back.
All right. I'll jump in here since Mike has a laundry list.
I think I have at least one Zoo Boy worth of collections this time.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
Like a 3/4 Zoo Boy. So I probably
normally I'm a half Zoo Boy, but I think this time I'm a full Zoo Boy.
On the Zoo Boy scale, I've probably I'm like a quarter Zoo on this fine edition. So I got a good amount of stuff. So it's a quarter Zoo. So I'm gonna start with probably one of the coolest things.
Did you do the fine editions thing? I don't think you did.
I literally pulled it up after. We'll play it at the end.
Okay.
We'll play it for the outro fine edition.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got the Unleashed Anakin Skywalker.
Nice.
$35 free shipping off of eBay.
That's a good price.
Sealed.
That's a good price.
Ooh.
Which is absolutely incredible. It's like stunning.
You gonna open it up?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do.
Okay.
You see, I've been planning on doing a unboxing for TikTok on it. Just haven't gotten around to it.
See, I'm weird. If I owned that, I would leave it on card because of the card art and everything. I just think that looks so cool.
Yeah, see, I'm probably gonna wait until I have Obi-Wan also to open it because this does look so cool. But I'm gonna buy the Obi-Wan with the intention of
because they connect
the back.
They?
Yeah, they connect like that.
One.
Yeah.
So I can.
So you lose that if you don't open them up.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be fighting, and I think it's such a cool set. I really regret passing on that $80, ICC deal that Mike grabbed me.
We did.
I told you.
I know, but I was just spending so much money in the moment. It's like another $80, and we had like a whole day and a half left to do, and then but it was gone the next time we went.
In his defense, he was gonna go buy it, but it was gone.
Yeah, but that was also the next night. That was also 24 hours later, so I should have went up there at that moment.
You should have.
But coulda, shoulda, woulda. Hopefully I can find a good deal on the Obi-Wan and I'll have the set. And then Black Series wise, I picked up the Mandalorian Treecock from Target.
Nice.
Finally. And I actually also got from Target the IG-12 and Grogu Deluxe Pack.
Did you catch those on sale? I saw they were marked down.
They were.
Dude, I got these. I got the red card 5% off. I got the like a $5 deal off, and there was like an extra whatever sale percentage off. Both of these in the same order. The total after taxes, $32.
Wow, that's great.
That's insanely cheap for a deluxe and a really nice, Mandalorian. So that's an amazing fine edition. The final Black Series item I have is the Yoda and Gree 2-pack.
Nice.
Which is so hype because, whenever this was revealed, it seemed like everybody in the community, at least all of us prequel lovers, were just going berserk whenever we got a brand new prequel Yoda and his chair. And the clone is cool. I mean, I'm glad I would much rather have, Gree's movie look updated from that shitty 1.0 version to the 3.0.
Right.
It's still a cool clone. Like, to me, it's not even Gree, because I have never even seen that comic he's in. I know they showed the picture on the reveal, but to me, it's going to be a random clone on the shelf. He's just green. He looks cool.
Does it look any different than the grunt in their battalion? Like paint deco wise? I know he has like the different haircut like in the comic, but
I don't think so. I think it's just the standard head. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right, Mike?
Yeah, I haven't opened it. I don't think it's the... You talking about the Gree head?
The Gree. It's the standard head. I feel like I remember people complaining about
the
helmet's not removable, right?
The helmet's not removable. Yeah, it's just the standard head.
Okay.
But there's paint under there.
It's not paint, it's colored plastic.
Okay. So they didn't paint like the eyes and stuff.
No.
It's
the same thing they did. It's the same
for
thing
those weirdos that want to look at the chins under the helmets.
Yeah. It's because they do pink out. So I would prefer it to be skin colored rather than
instead of just like a white.
Yeah.
Like the 2020 clone was all like that.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Definitely one of my favorite Black Series items of late. Hopefully we get more of these. I know we got the Mace Windu one and and his clone. But like world building, small world building in Black Series, like this is perfect.
That's awesome.
And then my last fine edition, I got 2 of these so far. They're on Temu. So I told you I was going to replace the black stains that I'm using now, and I found some absolutely stunning.
That's what I'm using.
Those
are the same ones I've got.
Yeah,
those are the same acrylic risers I've got.
And you screw them in, right?
Yeah.
But guess how much these are on that Temu website? I was kind of nervous a little bit because they're like a weird website.
Yeah.
$7 a piece.
It's just a drop shipping. Is it 7 for a 2-pack or 7 for individual?
Like $7 for each one.
So $14 for a 2-pack.
Yeah, pretty much. So for 2, I got 2 of these, and it was like $14 or $15, but they're so big. Like,
I think that's about how much it was on Amazon, honestly.
On each shelf.
Yeah.
And so I don't have to print off like extenders or anything. Yeah. And they have support for the middle.
Yep.
Which is a big thing. And so Mike, because I remember you kind of sent me this, and I started looking around. So
yeah, no, they're good.
I landed on these. So
yeah, they're real good,
and they only take a couple minutes to put together. Because it is kind of daunting originally, because you get all those long pieces and you got to screw everything in. But
once you get 1 or 2 done, like it's so easy. I can do it in my sleep now. Like I have a whole method for how I put them together.
I built it from the bottom until the middle, and then from the top
and
down,
the top, and then you put them together.
Look at that,
in the middle.
2 smart fellas.
Yeah,
no one had to do it.
That's how you do it.
But those are my fine additions. So I'm gonna pass the baton over to Mike, and we're gonna be here for about an hour and a half.
You guys ready? No, I mean
before you get into it,
okay, one more thing.
I have one more thing. Make me big. I have one more thing.
He did this on purpose. There's no way he didn't do this on purpose.
We have the Monday Night Figure Ball pint glass.
Look at that.
We got merch over at MondayNightFigureball.com.
Heck yeah.
I was inspired by you guys because I love the pint glass you guys did.
I was about to say, do we get like a little kickback on this?
Of course not.
It's got a weird pint glass pyramid scheme. We're like, we get a cut because you got it, because we signed you up.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I had. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. I'm going to start non-Star Wars, and I'm going to end Star Wars. So we'll start with the thing I got today. I went to Target today to get my wife needed lotion, so I literally went for one thing to Target and had to go down the toy aisle, and they had the only GI Joe I had on pre-order because I'm going through like a little thing where like I just don't care about GI Joe as much as I used to. But there are still certain characters where I'm like, if they do a character that I loved as a kid, I'm going to get it for nostalgia reasons. And Alpine is one of those guys. And what I like about him is he's not like a military guy. He's just like a rock climber. That's what he does. He's got guns, sure. But like his name is literally Albert Pine and his code name is Alpine. I mean, that's amazing. Come on, right?
That's slick.
Yeah, so I got that today. I found it. I could cancel my pre-order on Hasbro Pulse. I haven't opened it yet, obviously. I did also, for the people that care, moving on to Transformers. 2 months ago or so, I got a tank guy. So I got the next in that series. This is Magic Square, which is a third-party Transformers company. Their big thing is they do like smaller figures that are really well done. Everyone calls them mini masterpiece because of how intricate they are for being so small. And what they've done is just taken those and made them bigger. And I like bigger. And this guy is literally fantastic. He turns into a Jeep, and that Jeep turns into a leg. And it's really good. It's got a lot of great articulation. I love it a lot. It's really, really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's it. That's all I got. I don't got no.
I was about to say, there's no way.
No way. And the next thing we're moving on to, because Legions Con was last weekend, or 2 weekends ago. 2 weekends ago. I love Mythic Legions, Four Horsemen Studios, all those. I'm very into all of that. And they had a couple of exclusives there, and friend of the show, Dan Larson, was there, and he snagged me some of those exclusives. I just got them a couple days ago. The first one is this really cool snake dude who's got like Aztec armor and whatnot. He comes with an alternate head that's like it's sculpted open.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's one you got to go with, I feel like.
I mean, I can't. It's super easy. One of the things I like about this is, and that goes into the next thing I got, where everything's super swappable, very easy to pop and swap. Kind of.
I've been so close to getting in on that line so many times. Yeah. I'm glad I've held off because it seems like it'd be a big venture to hop into and expensive.
Well, so
everything just looks so cool.
It's going to be a very expensive line for me coming up. They just at Legions Con revealed a wave of figures that I have to go all in on, partially because I want most of them from the wave, but also partially if you do their all in thing, you save like $110.
Wow.
So I'm like, you're getting, even if you don't care about all of them, like you could sell the ones you don't want and still make money, off of it. So it doesn't make sense not to go all in. And the all in price for like 7 or 8 figures is like $320, which for these is pretty good. But there's like
also,
a big, go ahead.
I was going to say they've been absolutely killing it lately, and I don't know if this was in between now and our last pod, or if we talked about it on the last pod. But we have to talk about that dragon for like 30 seconds.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Let me.
Okay.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. So the all-in price is like $320. You get like 8 figures. One of them is this giant snake lady with wings. The other guy is this like big lion dude. Like I love everything about what they're doing. But that was what they revealed. And then like the next day, they're like, also, here's a 6-inch scaled dragon. And my first thought was that cannot be real, because there's a picture of it next to one of the figures they revealed. And it looks so small. I just was like, how could this be possible? The thing, when you have it stretched out like head to tail, it's like 6 feet long. They don't have a price on it yet. But that's also, I think, including, because it's going to be a dragon. Obviously, it's got wings. It's got super articulated like head, tail, arms. But then there's also going to be like an add-on kit, I think, that gives you an alternate head, alternate wings that are more like unfurled, and then also like a big flame jet coming out of it. So that's going to be an extra cost. So I don't know how much that costs, but I 100% am like selling all my HasLabs to get this. I need this dragon. I need this dragon so much. Look at that. 54 inches for the dragon, an extra 16 inches for that for the flames, and then 28 inches. Look, those are huge figures too. That's a full-on horse. Like those, the figure next to the horse, to the right of the horse, is a 6-inch figure.
Oh my god!
To the right, that's a 6-inch figure.
That's a 6-inch figure. Yeah.
And the one on the left is like 15 or so. 13.
Yeah.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. This thing is actually, because whenever I saw it, I thought it was going to be one of those, things where like you see like SH Figuarts does this big TIE fighter, or Hot Toys does this big, like ship that they're never going to release to the public. But then when I realized, wait, they're actually going to sell this.
They're going to sell
a mass to people who want it. Like, that's incredible.
It's crazy. It's nuts. It's bonkers. And it's one of those things, like, I don't know how much it costs, but I also don't care. Like, I'm going to own this. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to own this. Oh, and that's the wave. So that's the big lion guy. Hold on, go back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here.
So that's the big lion guy.
Cool.
I think that's the one I want the most out of this wave. Like it's got cloth wired capes, like the paint work, the detail, the sculpting, it's got alternate faces. Yeah. So if you bought that figure by itself, it's $80, but it's huge. And it comes with like so much stuff. It's got so much paint, like everything's painted. There's no colored plastic on this thing at all. It's like 100% of it is painted. So there's this Roman guy here, which I think this is the hyena guy. No, this is the first one they're doing. The hyena one is the first one they're doing that's like super articulated. Because before, that's been a big complaint for a lot of people is there's not a lot of articulation on these guys. Like it's kind of basic, but this one's got like butterfly joints, double jointed arms and legs, like stuff like that. So they're getting more into trying to get more articulated stuff.
See, these are really, really cool. Yeah. But a lot of the reason I collect toys is to have like a physical representation of something.
Sure.
Media I love.
That. Yeah.
And if like in a vacuum, these are amazing.
They're
but
good.
I just personally couldn't see myself getting into this line. It's really cool though.
So what got me into them was they were doing homages to Masters of the Universe, like He-Man figures. And that's what got me into it. Because I recognized these figures. And once I started getting them, I was like, well, I kind of like the way this looks. And like there's lore. They've written a lore to go with all of these things and how they interact and what side they're on and what faction they're with. I don't care. Like I don't care
this was so
what
good.
That story is at all. I have the Frankenstein's creature. For me, it's kind of like how when we were kids. And you're just like, I think that looks cool. I want to buy it. Yeah, like you go down the toy aisle and your mom's like, you could buy one toy. And like my first Ninja Turtle, I bought not because I knew what Ninja Turtles were. I had no idea what Ninja Turtles were. But there was this turtle. It said Ninja on it, and it had my name. It had Michael on the Michelangelo. and that's all I cared about. Like I didn't know anything about that. And eventually I learned and started watching the cartoon and stuff. But I think when we were kids, like we didn't have to have that connection to a toy. And so I feel like it's just a little bit more fun for me to like just buy stuff because of how it looks cool, or I don't think it looks cool, so I won't buy it,
Yeah.
But in that same vein, one of the other 2-packs they had two 2-packs. And I only got one of them, and I regret not getting the other one, and I have it on pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store now. But it's a Cosmic Legion, and the whole idea behind this thing is called the Creature and Alien Creator Pack. Is it came with like 2 bodies, and then it came with like 8 different heads, and like 3 different arms, and 2 different legs, and like 2 different feet, and a bunch of different hands, and a bunch of different weapons. So, and everything was color coded to kind of work together, so that no matter how you wanted to build it, it would all work. So this is what I settled on. But like, so like, I think Lance Meter Luke asked me, he's like, what was it supposed to be? I'm like, there isn't like a supposed to, like, it's the whole idea behind this pack is that you could create whatever you wanted. So I made this like Predator alien looking dude here. That's and cool. I'm like, I decided, I don't know anything, like he's not a person that exists. So I'm like, he's in a knife. So he's holding a knife. He's got knives on his little forearms and stuff. And then this guy like is like just like a bat vampire alien looking dude in a spacesuit. Like, and that's the thing is like everything on these figures pops apart. Like if it doesn't want to come off, you just heat it up with some water or some hot air. But like everything pops apart and you can reconfigure it however you want. And it's a lot of fun. So I had a lot of fun basically the last 2 days of trying to decide how I wanted to build them. And it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
So that's another reason.
Those are so crazy.
Yeah, why I kind of like it. And the Cosmic Legions, which is what those are more like space and alien themed. But like there's a lot of overlap between their Mythic Legions. Like
I hope they do like a TV show one day, like a Mythic Legions.
They're doing
TV
a video
show,
game, but yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I might check that out.
These pants were originally from a Mythic Legions character, and they're like, well, it doesn't specifically look like like fantasy, so we can make it work for space. So
sure,
like it doesn't necessarily have to be one or the other. All the parts work together.
Pants are universal. Anybody can wear pants.
Everyone's got to wear pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then and for me, this is old news. I've done a video on these. I talked about them on Out of the Basement like 2 weeks ago when I got them, but I got these right after our last episode. But I did get basically the 2025 wave, the first wave of next year from Toy Snowman. So Amir, if you're listening, shout out to you. And if you haven't ever bought anything from Toy Snowman, go check him out. He's a cool guy. He didn't give these to me for free, but I did get a pretty good deal on them. But I did still pay for them, and that's important to me. But that is the wave with the new Luke and Leia in it. So I'm going to start with the ones that everyone cares about, and that is obviously going to be Vernestra.
Oh yeah, that's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. Honestly, she's
the lightsaber
my least
whip.
favorite. Yeah, so she doesn't have the whip, which is super annoying. I'm really hoping someone like the Cubic 3D Prince, has like he could easily do a lightsaber whip, and I would 100% buy it. She's got the dark ray legs, like. They're just white, but they're literally just the dark ray legs. It's fine. It's actually a pretty good likeness, but I didn't really like the character, and I don't think you're supposed to. Like, I think that was kind of
I think that was by design.
That was by design. Like no one goes, oh yeah, Vernestra is my favorite character.
My favorite character from the Acolyte show,
right.
Not from the books, Vernestra, but the one from the Acolyte.
The Acolyte show, yeah.
Yeah.
And then to kind of piggyback off that, I did get the cutest little Basil here, and he's a cute little boy. Like he's a lot of fun. I do like. I didn't care for the Acolyte that much, but I do want a Basil figure. He's so one of the cool things about Basil is like he's
a secret Sith Lord.
That's right.
Well,
Bro, I mean, yes. The Jedi.
Besides that, 100%. Besides that, though, like he could just go anywhere in your collection. Like he's just a little alien guy. You want to put him in your cantina? Put him in your cantina. You want to put him in Jabba's palace? Like he could go anywhere. And I love that he's like dressed in little like pilot gear for some reason. Like. I don't know. I dig the way he looks. He's a lot of fun.
You should like get a little custom black robe and then bring it over his eyes.
Make him a little Sith.
Give him a little red saber.
Yeah.
Put him next to Jar Jar Binks.
Put him next to Darth Jar Jar.
I love when Star Wars just has a random wacky alien. You know,
like was it Teak from the Ewok movies or just
Yeah. I love when Star Wars has weird little guys, and that's a weird little guy.
That's 100% when Star Wars shines. It's just a random little dude.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I did get Dagon Gera, and I posted my review the day.
Where's his force arm?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Well, I'll give my full feelings on that when we talk about the reveals from this week. But talking about this specifically, I think that it's a good figure. I love his lightsaber. I did have a little bit of a weird snafu on camera where I was trying to plug the lightsaber blade into the other side of the saber because I was dumb. And I was like, why isn't this fitting? Hasbro, you messed up. Like, how could this not fit? Why did you do this? And I realized that I was the idiot. But
user error does happen.
You 100%. But I like the look of like the High Republic era with like the gold robes and stuff. And I liked him in the game. So I honestly don't mind owning this and getting the Force Arm version.
Originally, I was team Force Arm for this, but like now that I think about it, he only has the Force Arm part for like a second.
In the fight, right?
A part of a fight, not even the full
fight. Yeah,
right.
But that's so, such a small portion of the game. Yeah,
yeah. I wish they would have done some sort of, and you said we'll get into this later, but I wish they would have done some sort of gimmick where you could swap out the arm. I
said that in my review. Obviously, I didn't know they were making one, but I wish one of his accessories was some kind of like, because there's plenty of space in there where I think something could like slide in and fit snugly. Maybe it doesn't even have to like articulate. Like it wouldn't have to articulate because it could just be like one piece and it could hold a lightsaber just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yeah, and then of course I did get the new Luke and Leia. So Leia's here. I think I'm going to pose her with her little hood up because we've never really had a Leia that looks like that. She is replacing my Leia in my collection that went on my little early bird special display right here. So I'm getting rid of that old one. It's gone from my collection now. This is my definitive Princess Leia. My only issue.
So good.
My only issue is she has old legs, but I think they're new. Like
they're new old legs.
They're new old style legs. They're double jointed pinned legs, but her upper thighs, I have no idea where they came from because they're not sculpted. It's like, so it's either was supposed to be tights or skin, but there's no details sculpted into it. And they're too thin to be anything else. Like if you look at the old Leia, she had, I mean, not to be weird about it, but she had like shapely thighs. Like any girl you look at, they've got like defined shape to their thighs, whereas these are just like tubes that go straight up and
they're like little skinny pencil legs.
Yeah, they are honestly, and I think that's so it fits well under the sculpted
skirt,
robe without like bulging it out. But yeah, it's weird because I looked for a while trying to figure out where her legs came from. The lower part of the legs, 100% just Leia's legs with where the skin would be skin color. It's just white. That's it. But they did Photoshop the pins out on the image on the website.
I hate that.
Yeah. So it's got pinned legs, but other than that, like I think she looks great. I think the face sculpt looks great. I think she comes with the both blasters. She should like she's gonna look good on the shelf, doing whatever you want her to do. But my favorite figure from the wave, and I don't care what anyone says, is 100% this Luke Skywalker.
With that face, no.
Honestly, I think the face in person looks fine. I don't think it's perfect. It's not going to win any awards for like best sculpt of the year. But I just feel like there's so many people that are like, if it's not perfect, it's dog shit. You know, like guys, there's somewhere in between. Like, sure, it's not perfect. The hair's too dark.
These are $25 action figures.
Exactly.
They are not going to be perfect. I hate to break it to you guys. They are not going to be perfect.
I mean, I will never 100% say it's perfect. I just don't think it's that bad, and especially in person. I think when you take a picture of it, weirdly enough, I think it loses something that you get when you look at it in person with like the 3-dimensional detail. When you flatten it out on a picture, it loses that. But I do think the hair is a little bit too dark, and his eyes are a little bit too dark, and I think that throws off a lot of people. And I do think his nose is like a little bit too like pointy. But if you look past those things, I think the sculpt is fine. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, whenever I look at that figure, especially the reveal photos, some pictures I actually think it looks kind of decent, like in a New Hope Mark Hamill. But it's the paint on the eyes and the picture, like you mentioned, it just looks like he has a soulless black eyes 100%. And just staring at you.
Yeah. He's got a 10,000 yard stare.
He 100% does.
Yeah.
So and I don't know why. It's like they have his mouth a little bit open, like he's staring slightly like a gate. He's like, yeah, exactly. Like he's slack-jawed a little bit. I mean, he is kind of a yokel, so maybe that's on purpose. Like he's backward. But I feel like the way this figure stands, like he's lanky enough to be that 19-year-old Mark Hamill, and that's what I care about more than anything else. When you look at those that old figure looks like a knockoff to me now. Like it's garbage. I immediately took them off the shelf. I pre-ordered a second one of these to put in the land speeder, because this with the land speeder, in my opinion, looks phenomenal. I absolutely look it. Pletho, I hear you. He says, I have a high standard for a main character they've had a million attempts at. And I get that. I do. I get it. I just think that there's some middle ground. Like, it's not the best, and you can have high standards and you can say it didn't meet them, but there's just people that go, okay, it missed the mark. So instead of just being okay, it just goes straight down to it's garbage. It's the worst thing ever. It's the lowest thing you could ever get. And I just like that always, it is I guess it bugs me, but it weirds me out mostly. Like it's too binary.
Mm-hmm. Blatantly, like, it is not garbage. Like it's not. It's a highly articulated, pretty good 6-inch figure.
Yeah.
It's the likeness is just slightly. I would say it's
slightly off. Yeah, it's off. Yeah, it's off for sure. But it's off model as they say. Yeah. But
for people that
I don't think it ruins the figure. I think think it's way better than what we had. Like, unless you want to shovel out or. For the Bandai, SHF, figure arts, which I mean you can do, but to me, like, that might have a better face, but I can't stand figure arts joints. I don't like those balls in the joints. I can't stand them, and my eye goes straight to those elbows and those knees because it looks like they're in like an old like Sega Genesis game where all their joints are made of little balls, and those are the weak points. If you shoot them, they'll fall off.
Also, I'm not the most knowledgeable on the SHF figures, but if you get the New Hope Luke one, you got to get that Super Saiyan gold hair, right?
Yeah, that's also true.
So
that's not a perfect figure either. So
no, it's not.
And so people like with Mark Hamill's face, especially, we've talked about this on the podcast before.
Yep.
Every company has an issue with Mark Hamill's face. Black Series, Hot Toys has had an issue with pretty much every Luke face they've done. SHF, they have problems with every face they do on every figure. You want
to talk about Anakin Skywalker?
Jesus Christ,
just awful face. But I will say,
like the Ben Kenobi they reissued looks nothing like.
It's a little off too.
Alec Guinness. Yeah. It's not even a little off. It's just like it looks like another actor's playing him.
Have you seen their Lord of the Rings figures?
Yes.
Yeah, they all have like an animated look to them. I feel like figure arts by default, they all just have a very animated persona to them.
That's why their Dragon Ball Z ones are so good.
They specialize in anime.
100%.
Yeah.
That's why their Dragon Ball Z ones are so good, because that's what they're good at, and they're just they can't nail human faces. Like, and I mean, we're even going back to like the original Ben Kenobi looks more like Alec Guinness than the SHF one. The current SHF one does. Like pre-photo reel.
Yeah, so. It's crazy. Yeah. So I did that, and if you want to get my full thoughts on them, I did a video, so you can go watch that. What are you gonna say, Wilbon?
I will say the Imperial Light Cruiser Luke they did, the figure arts, looks really good. That looks like Mark Hamill.
Well, I think that looks like Mark Hamill in The Mandalorian. So
the CGI.
Yeah, that's true. But
CGI quality.
It's not Farm Boy Luke. It's not Farm Boy Luke, but
it matches the entertainment.
I think it's a pretty good likeness, honestly.
I think the best likeness has been the Snowspeeder Luke or the Dagobah Luke. Those have been the best marketing
those are good
likenesses.
Yeah, those are good.
But those are all post
share
accident, because Mark Hamill famously got into a car accident before Empire Strikes Back, so his face is like physically different than it was in A New Hope. Yeah.
Skip. Okay, here we go. So this looks like video game from Battlefront 2 story mode.
100%. That looks like a PS2 render of.
I mean, maybe it's better in person because the eye on this looks weird, but it just looks like the left half of his face. It looks like he had a stroke. If I'm,
I do have a picture Fig Fury took, because he has.
But that could just be this one.
He has his toy photography stuff. Hang on, I'll send it to you.
But the point is, every company, Luke Skywalker, has an issue. For these $25 figures, I feel like it's fairly okay.
Yeah,
it's not the best. It's not, it's not going to be, photo real figure of the year. It's not even going to be in the top 10 of photo real figure of the year.
No.
But, I think, to me, it looks enough like Luke Skywalker to pass.
For sure. And honestly, if he's standing in a group, right? So right now, if you put him in a group with those original characters, like original trilogy characters, Han Solo stands out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Like Leia looks good. Even like Chewbacca and Obi-Wan look fine. C-3PO and R2 look good. But right now, the Han Solo stands out like just like night and day. Like he needs an update.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm not done.
On, for sure.
I'm not done.
He's not done.
I'm not done.
He's not done.
So I also got the Yoda and Clone Commander Greed 2-pack. I got that yesterday. My lightsaber is fully painted. Is your lightsaber fully painted?
My lightsaber is fully painted.
So they're because this Yoda has two different lightsabers. Someone posted on Facebook that their lightsaber, the silver part, isn't painted, so it's just green with like little black stripes all the way down. Which, to be fair, if he's holding his lightsaber, you can't tell, but that does suck, 100%. Mm-hmm. And then to finish it off, I did get the latest wave of Skeleton Crew figures. I got those in from Hasbro Pulse. So I haven't had a chance to open them up, but I did get Jod Na Wood. What the fuck?
Say that one more time.
Jod Na Wood.
Maybe top 10 dumbest name in Star Wars. I'm going to start.
Honestly. And then, of course, we got Wim. And then my favorite
top
little
9
boy.
Worst name in Star Wars.
Neil, my favorite little elephant boy.
Another Hall of Fame weird little guy already. And the show hasn't even come out yet.
Nope. KB, who's interesting and boring at the same time. They're like, what if we gave the girl wearing just a gray jumpsuit cool Geordie LaForge visors?
I want this to be the thumbnail for the podcast. So
just and then of course rounding it out with Fern. So we've had 5 kid characters with backpacks this year in the Black Series.
Oh, because the Anakin too.
They're ready for school, Mike. They're ready for school.
So I'm definitely going to display them all with Anakin with a backpack on for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to leave him out because he's the best from the wave, and that is the pirate Captain Brutus, who is the one I don't want to say the only one I cared about, because like it's hard to say that you don't have any connection to those characters. But I don't have to have a connection with this. I could know absolutely nothing about this guy. All I know is Wolfman and pirate, and that's literally all I need to know that
Sold.
I like this. That's sold. Yeah. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Like there's just a level where you don't have to have a connection to something if it's cool enough. Like it's sold just based on the premise of what it is. Like if you gave me a couple, like if you said Samurai Skeleton, I would be interested. I don't know what the reference is. I don't know. I like both those words, and both those words together, like tell me more, So yeah, I
wish you had them open
on those. Yeah,
I really want to see like the height difference between Brutus and a normal 6-inch figure.
Man,
so I can't wait to do.
I could do a video on it. Yeah, I'll do a video.
Right?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to do a video on the clone 2-pack or the.
I'd probably get that one.
The skeleton crew wave first. Yeah, I'll probably do the clone 2-pack. I'll probably record that tomorrow just to get it out.
And honestly, Brutus looks like he could just fit in right with your Mythic Legions too. So
he
double
could
win. Yeah, alien, pirate looking,
for sure.
Got a ton of guns with him. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, those are my pickups. I got a lot, but it was an expensive week for me, for sure. Expensive 2 weeks.
And we'll jump back into real quick.
And it kind of sucked because it shouldn't have been. And I was thinking about this, and that's actually one of the reasons why I titled this episode the way I did, was every pre-order everywhere all at once. Is I just got hit basically from two different sides on these pre-orders. I got one, the Skeleton Crew wave should have been out a while ago, and they couldn't put it out because the show got delayed. And so I just got it now instead of at the beginning of the year when it should have come out, back when we were getting nothing. That's when we should have gotten this wave. And then I got a wave from next year pushed out way early. So I got hit basically from both sides of it, having to buy,
Sheesh.
Yeah. What a time to be a collector. And that's happening with a lot of different lines too. Like Marvel Legends, it's happening with Transformers.
Yeah.
Just it's a thing. It's an issue. And especially during these times where this stuff's expensive.
All right. Yeah.
We're not made of money.
And here's that he sent me the link to Fig Fury's SHF Luke post. And this does look really good.
I think it looks great. Yeah.
It looks good. Yeah.
I mean,
there's lighting, changes.
Yeah, he's touched it up for sure. Yeah. But I just think they do a good job. I've been dabbling in some imports. I'm coffee pilled, as we say on my show, where getting into the import world of Star Wars figures. But again, it's not for everybody. You're more than welcome to stick with Black Series if you want to. I just think there's a whole world out there of interesting stuff. And
my only thing is the two I have, the Anakin I bought sort of in desperation. I mean, the faces are terrible and the figure is just kind of okay. It's good for its time.
Yeah.
And then the Return of the Jedi Vader, everything is it's solid, except the cape is one of the worst capes I've ever messed with on any figure.
One you should check out, and I'll probably bring it with me to ICCCon, is the Kenobi Vader. That thing is a masterpiece.
I almost bought that one. I almost bought the one with the helmet. The helmet. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it has the swappable helmet back to the standard one as well. It comes with both.
Yeah, I almost bought that Vader. I probably should have picked it up because, I'm a big Vader fan, so same. Probably should have got it, but I was
phenomenal.
Fine with the Black Series one.
It's the best 112 Vader there is, in my opinion.
Oh, nice. But all right, so let's jump into listener emails real quick. So we have a good amount. We have a couple emails here, so we always appreciate it. If you want to send in your question to the show to keep the email segment alive, that's blackseriescantina.
If you just want to say hi,
gmail.com. Yeah, that's right. Just say hi. Do whatever you want. blackseriescantina@gmail.com. And then the first email, let's jump in. Jeff Esplin says, "Hey, Zach and Mike. I was thinking about things I'd like to see in the Black Series. A Darth Vader with throne set would be incredible to see. I've considered looking for a custom throne. We have had a Snoke with throne at one point. We also need a new Kylo Ren from The Force Awakens for 10-year anniversary. Love the podcast. Keep up the great work, Jeff." I agree. A Darth Vader throne set would be great, but I was able to 3D print one, and the little, I won't grab the throne, but I'll grab the little, Palpatine hologram. I actually super glued it down, so it's nice and I don't have to worry about it sliding or anything.
I still haven't printed that, Zach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like I sent you the file or anything, so. you got to go purchase the file and then print it. So, and then, what was the next part of the question? Kylo Ren 10-year anniversary, like a 100%. Brand new Kylo Ren would 100%. Go so hard.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
I think it's definitely time to revisit some of those sequel figures.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I am going to do it. I am going to reach, since, it doesn't come up often and it's close, relatively close. But yeah, Wilbon, you gotta get on it.
Oh, I got to get that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. And it sits right in front of that.
Basically just the Snoke throne?
No, I mean it's black.
It's a little different.
Oh shit, he just
took there he goes.
Side dive. But no, it's different enough. But Vader sits on a black one. He actually sits. It has like a marble type look to it. But
that's right. You were trying to. You were trying to do that.
I forgot.
It couldn't have gone worse. So I pitched that thing so fast, just threw it in the garbage, and then just reprinted it. But yeah, that's such a cool set. All right, thank you, Jeff, for the email. We have one from Sam Govan. Hey guys, your content recently between the podcast and on social media has been great. Keep up the awesome work. We appreciate it. Even though I've been slacking on the socials, I haven't posted barely any TikToks, and I still haven't posted our Hall of Fame from last episode. So,
what was our Hall of Fame in the last episode?
Was it Cad Bane or was it? I don't know. That's up for us.
Email them if you guys remember.
Email us if you remember.
That's going to be an issue when we pick tonight's.
Somebody in the chat's got to remember. That is going to be an issue.
I think it was either Rex or Cad Bane. I'm pretty sure we went Cad Bane.
I think we went Cad Bane.
Yeah.
Okay, so even if we didn't, now it is, right?
Yeah.
Which Cad Bane though?
It would have been the one with Toto 360.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
So we'll just assume that's it, because I'm 80% sure it was Cad Bane. But where's my email tab? Do you think the Black Series would ever have anything like Build-A-Figure that other lines have? If it did, what kinds of things would fall into that category? Also, you've been saying that the Book of Boba Fett Rancor idea on the last few shows, and I have to say that I'm all in for that, or even just his throne in the Black Series scale whenever we get that new costume for Boba. I will say I definitely prefer the Rancor, though. Thanks again, and have a great week. So, absolutely, I would love the Boba Fett, with his throne that sits in Jabba's palace. But going back to the Build-A-Figure thing, I don't care for Build-A-Figure, especially in Black Series, because they've shown they can do, Tauntauns and Wampas, at retail and be successful, given that was a long time ago. But they've still done it. Jabba the Hutt isn't a small figure, and they literally just, was it last year or the year before that re-released him? That's not a small figure. That's a big set. I think, and we've talked about it a couple of times, that they need to jump on the made-to-order bandwagon and try it out for Black Series. Medium-sized vehicle, medium-sized creature, made-to-order, Hasbro Pulse. Bim, bam, boom. Signed, sealed, delivered, and then you don't got to worry about, getting 8,000 other people to agree with you and buy it, and then you get your hopes up, and it gets so close and doesn't get there. Made to order is what they need to jump in on.
I completely agree.
I've got two thoughts on this, and I'm against both. I'm against it, and I've got two reasons why. Number one, I mean, and I'm the right person to want them to do this, because I do buy every mainline. If they do a mainline wave, I'll buy every figure in it. So I would only benefit from them doing a Build-A-Figure, because I would always get the Build-A-Figure no matter what. But seeing as how it always works out in the in Marvel Legends, there's always issues with it where you have to buy figures that you don't care about to get body parts, I feel like that always causes more issues than it's worth it. But also, lately, the last couple of years, Hasbro has been releasing those Build-A-Figures separately by themselves. So, why bother with the Build-A-Figures if they're just going to release, usually it's a better version of that figure. So no, I don't want them to do Build-A-Figures. I want them just to release whatever would have been a Build-A-Figure by itself.
Or make those made to order if you're not confident those will sell well on their own.
Yeah.
Could you imagine to get a Moment of Dawn, we had to buy the whole Skeleton Crew weight?
Oh God! That would have been miserable.
Come on,
that would have been miserable.
Although, if they did the Robot Pirate Smee, like maybe.
I think Build-A-Figure. It's not ideal. Obviously, I'm not desiring that. However, I think Build-A-Droid might be okay. And not do build a droid every time, but like maybe one wave a year is build a droid, something like that. And if you get droid parts and let's say you don't complete that wave, that's just world building. If you want to set up like a junk shop sort of thing,
you could always do it like an R5 dome hanging out somewhere.
That's not bad,
right?
Yeah.
I think build a droid would be the way to go personally.
I think I get put in like little appendages, like little droid arms. From like the new ones, right. This Pirate Captain Brutus also comes with like a grasper for one of your like astromech.
And you can just plug that right into your RC. Yeah. So I think that would be the way to go if they were to consider.
If they did it, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Next question is from Commander Cook. I doubt y'all would know this, but he's actually a mail carrier. So, congrats. We commend you, Commander Cook, for delivering people's packages.
Thank you for your service.
Inclement weather.
Making sure we get our Black Series in the mail.
And I don't want any delays. I'm tired of these delays. I need my figures on the exact day it's promised. I can't wait another 24 hours to get my my Yoda 2-pack. I've been waiting for a prequel Yoda for years. You can't make me wait another 2 days or anything. So we all got to blame Commander Cook if we get any delays.
That's all.
Any complaints I have about United States Postal Service or whatever he works for, I'm gonna just send them to Commander Cook and just like complain about everything.
Why did you do this, Commander Cook?
Send this to customer service for the mail. That's his problem.
So just for fun, I'm curious to hear your craziest mail carrier story that relates to an action figure. Maybe an absolute destroyed box from a Black figure, getting a box at 10 p.m. or something along those lines. So right off the bat, I don't have a crazy mail story. I mean, we've all had like the Walmart bag issue, where you get a figure,
bubble mailer.
Yeah, the bubble mailer, the bag. But a funny story, whenever we first bought this house back in 2018 or whenever it was, I was shooting basketball in my backyard. And the mail guy came and he like walked down the driveway to hand me my mail, and he actually like put up a couple basketball shots with me real quick. That was kind of sick.
That's a good story.
Yeah, but that's honestly
that's a good story.
Any crazy mail carrier stories like other than that, not really. Other than my dog like jumps at the window every time he shows up, but that's pretty standard.
So it hardly ever rains here in San Diego, but it does sometimes. And like it's going to be a big rainstorm, like it's always like a big thing. Like people they talk about it like, oh man, it's big storm coming. And that big storm might just be like an afternoon of heavy rain, but like it just rains so infrequently. Like it's always a big deal. So this one day it was raining, like actively raining, and the mail carrier left my package. I think it had like a transformer in it, just in the middle of my patio, like not covered.
Oh man.
And it wasn't like it wasn't raining at the time. He just walked up. I caught it on my Ring camera. He walked up, set it down on the ground, and then walked away. I'm like, dude, like 2 feet in, and it would have been under the awning. Like, what the hell?
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Also, didn't you go on a trip or something and you had like an entire box delivered to your neighbor's house or something? Or were they just watching it for you? I feel like I remember some.
They were watching it for me.
They were watching it for you. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was delivered to a wrong address or something.
I did have a whole wave of figures. It was the wave with Ponda Baba and Dr. Evazan and stuff. And it got delivered. That was a FedEx. That wasn't USPS. But they delivered it to a house very similarly numbered to mine, but it was one number off, but that number put it on the opposite side of the complex, a little cul-de-sac area I live in. So I had to walk all the way to the other side, and like try not to be weird about taking this package off this like stranger's door that happens to have a similar number to me. I'm actually
I think that's probably what I was thinking of. Yeah.
I'm actually friends with him now because the guy kind of looks like me, which is funny. Like he's a little chubby, he's got bald hair, beard. Like I go to his house every couple weeks to like drink beer and hang out in his garage, and like he's a cool guy. But now we're friends.
If somebody sees that guy at a con, they might be like, "It's Mike Case," and then just be mistaken.
But the other down part is if he had opened that box, he would have 100% been like, yeah, sweet. Like, because he has a toy collection. It's not nice. As cool as mine, but like he collects toys. So.
Oh, is that the guy that had the Dragon Ball Z SHF that was selling them?
Same guy. Yep.
There was a couple in there I kind of regret passing on, but.
Is that guy your like collecting rival, Mike? Your collection has to stay better than his.
Oh, a little bit. But no, he collects. He collects like he does collect more like SH Figure Arts, like DBZ stuff. So there's not a lot of overlap, but we do have some Transformers overlap. Okay. And like anytime there's a HasLab, he's always messaging about, do you think this will pass? Do you think, like he just sent me one today asking if I think that the Ghostbusters one will pass. I'm like, yeah, it's still got like 20 days or something like that, and it's only like 3,000 away. Like it's gonna pass, no problem. Yeah.
The last day that's gonna skyrocket.
It's gonna shoot up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Bon, do you have any crazy mail carrier stories?
Not really. Well, I did put the wrong address, or not the wrong address, but like my old address on a pre-order, and then I had to go to my old apartment complex and to the main office and be like, have you guys gotten a package for me? Like, just hoping that person didn't just take it or sell it or whatever, because it was an import. Like, it was an expensive figure that I sent.
Was it a Walmart pre-order by chance? Since before you could change the address?
No, it was actually a big bad order. Though. Yeah, it was actually a big bad toy store order that I had just forgotten that I hadn't changed the address for, and I was like, why hasn't this arrived yet? It says delivered, and I looked at the address. I was like, oh no,
you stupid idiot.
Yep. So I drove across town, I went over there, and luckily they had it for me. So that's whoever lived there now was very kind, and they just took it to the office and said, this isn't mine. So
nice.
But yeah, shout out to Walmart. It's 2024, almost 2025, and they finally got their shit together, and you can change an address on a pre-order now. So stupid that you couldn't do this. So basic.
Yeah, unbelievable.
All right, next email is from Mark Karp, and actually, shout out to Mark because he took our last VIP spot we had available right before the podcast. So, Mark, we really appreciate you hopping on. I think, I don't know when our next VIP stream's going to be. This month has been very hectic for both Mike and I. I might, be able to do it like tomorrow or Saturday, but we'll just have to see. But Mark's email says, hey guys, I must have worded it poorly. What I'm trying to ask is, when did Hasbro start pipelining figures? And since they started pipelining them, how many total figures have been released versus how many total of the numbers were actually pipelined? So it's like unpipelined releases versus, pipeline releases. I'm sure it will require some patented Mike Case research. Sorry for the confusion.
So I didn't have a lot of time to research it because he sent this to us like 20 minutes before we started. But I did research a little bit. And we can kind of figure out the rest. So the first pipeline, and I happened to just type in Hasbro Pulse Black Series pipeline first time and see what came up. And there was a Jedi Temple Archives article from 2021, January 29th, 2021, that says Hasbro did something new today. They actually revealed some figures that are in the pipeline. So this was the first pipeline. And that was Tech, Arsing, the Q9, Costco Reeves, and the very famous, sought after General Lando.
What a legendary figure.
Wow, right?
That was the first
Hall of Fame pipeline. Peg warmer.
Hall of Fame. Honestly, a lot of these are peg warmers, weirdly enough.
I really think you guys should consider putting General Lando into the Hall of Fame just purely on his peg warmer status, because he's such a great.
Today. We can just do that.
I'm down. General Lando's rocks, dude.
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't disagree. He's a great likeness. Soft goods work really well. He looks. I mean, he does exactly what General Lando should,
Exactly.
and it's how Lando looks in the movie. Like,
right. Honestly,
yeah.
It's what else do you need him to do? Like,
Lando has two
great.
looks. He has two looks in Return of the Jedi, and we have both of them. I would agree with that, and we will tackle that when we get to the Hall of Fame section. But
do we need like a separate like Peg Worm Hall of Fame?
No, I don't even want to say. I don't want to make it a joke. Yes, he is a peg warmer, but he's also
a fabulous figure,
a good figure. Yes,
he is a good figure. Yep.
Yeah, and I honestly, I think you might be onto something. But so that was the first, and I think these were all from the same wave as well. I'm pretty sure all of these figures came out in the same wave. So that was the first pipeline. I can't go through every pipeline and match it up with, other figures that weren't pipelined that came out separately, but I know there are a bunch of figures that like they didn't pipeline these and we got them anyway. But I know the opposite isn't true. Every pipelined figure was released, and I know there's a lot of people that have like a weird Mandela effect where they go, "Oh no, sometimes Hasbro pipeline stuff and they didn't get released," and they'll cite things like the Crate Luke or the Luke and Leia from Rise of Skywalker, the training one, and like those were never pipelined. Those were yak face rumors, which is not a pipeline.
It's not a pipeline.
It's not a pipeline. So those were not pipelined. They didn't come out, and maybe were never existed because I think that was that part of the sting? Was that part of the yak face leak?
There was a small sting operation. There was a small sting operation.
But I don't know. I have to spend a long time looking through all the different pipelines versus like what was.
We'll try to get a number on that. Yeah, we'll try to get a number on that.
I might do it one day if I'm feeling bored, but I know that specifically I was curious about what the first pipeline was. Now that we're kind of done with pipelines, which again I'm pretty excited to be done with pipelines. So that wave was the first pipeline reveal. That was in January of 2021.
Okay.
Nice. All right. So now that listener emails is out of the way, thank you all. If you want to reach out with a question or a comment about recent waves or, give us a discussion topic, blackseriescantina@gmail.com. If you want to join the Patreon, we're going to do a quick Patreon plug. Wilbon is like the pioneer of our Patreon.
It's true.
For a long time. So Wilbon was our flagship, the first ever VIP.
Yep. Somebody's got to do it first. Yep.
That's right.
Yep. So Wilbon created the trail. He blazed the trail so everybody else could follow.
That's right. Hey, if you support our Patreon long enough, eventually you get your own show. That's how it works for Wilbon.
That's right.
So it could work that way for you too.
I would not be doing. Yeah, I would not be doing my show were it not for these guys. So I have them partially to thank for building the confidence to go do my own thing.
Yeah, it was cool because you came on, like the first time you came on was like our first birthday show. And it was probably like 15 minutes. And then I think, you came on, we had you, because you were a cool guy. We got me and you clicked like right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then I asked if you could do something for the pod, I don't know if it was the first draft or you created something for us, and then we were only going to have you on for a couple minutes of a pod, but then you stuck on the whole time. We decided to leave you on, and then you came on for a draft, and then so you've and then we did the Patreon shows, and then I have your own thing. So we're proud of you, Wilbon. We're proud of you.
Thanks, guys.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'll be your first channel member if you just let me know whenever that's
We're about 150 subs away from that, nice. So I'll let you know.
Getting there. Yeah.
All right, so everybody who's listening to this podcast, go on YouTube, because I know you all watch Out of the Basement, so you're already there. And I know you watch Lane Speeder Luke, so you're already, and Luke and his Monster, and all the other ones. Go to Monday Night Figure Ball and hit subscribe, so we can get
one more action figure thing to follow on YouTube? You might as well. I'll give you something else to watch.
it gives you something to do on Monday nights. And what else is going on Monday nights?
What else is going on Monday nights?
Football
Don't watch that
on Monday nights.
Don't watch that.
I'm watching that right now. I'm watching that right now.
But yeah, check me out at Figure Ball on YouTube.
I was busy watching Mike Tyson.
Oh God, we don't even got to do that.
That was miserable. That was just terrible.
All right, so
the fight before his though was phenomenal. I've never watched
insane.
boxing. I've never watched boxing my entire life. Here's the thing. Here's a weird little tangent. I grew up in the 80s, 90s. Mike Tyson was always this big thing, but boxing and stuff was always like pay-per-view. So you'd hear about it, but I'd never seen any of this stuff. And I think, I've got Netflix. Netflix is free. I could just watch this. I'm 42 years old, watching my very first like professional boxing match ever. And the first two fights, I'm like, these are okay. That's fine. The girls' match was fucking brutal. Like, both of them are bleeding everywhere. And I'm just like, jeez, what the hell?
And the wrong person won.
I don't know anything about these girls, but watching that fight, 100% agreed. And
the stats back it up too. Like, she landed more hits and she had a higher percentage of accuracy on hits.
And I feel like the other girl just kept doing that clenching thing where she came in, and that's how she did the headbutts. And like, I didn't like how she fought. Like, I didn't like
it. Was
her.
shitty. Yeah. It was shitty.
Anyway,
for sure.
And then I watched Mike Tyson for the first time in my life. Yeah.
That's one thing about boxing I can't stand is when they're constantly clinching like that. I'm like, just fight. What are you doing?
Just fight. Just fight.
Just kick his ass already.
Just box.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, real quick, I just do think that people tricked themselves into thinking we were going to see like Mike Tyson's one last. He's 58. Like in his prime,
no way.
He has 50 wins and 44 of them were by knockout. Like, that's absolutely nuts.
So I've been watching a lot of
guy
TikToks.
Anymore.
I've been watching a lot of TikToks that say he was paid not to be that guy on this. Like, he specifically wasn't throwing any uppercuts, and like there was so many times where he could have gone for knockouts and he didn't because he was paid not to.
Like, Jake would throw a punch and then be wide open, and Mike would just be like, well, I want to uppercut the shit out of him.
And that's why he kept biting.
I'm not supposed to.
He kept biting his glove for like, it was like noticeable. So like, I don't know anything about boxing, but like I do know on my like TikTok algorithm, a bunch of these conspiracy theory videos popped up, and I 100% believe all of them because I have to.
Yeah. He straight up got paid $20 million to not win.
To not win. Yes.
I mean, also like a lot of people think that, apparently Mike Tyson was Jake Paul's biggest idols, and Jake Paul wanted to help him out because Mike Tyson made a lot of his money.
Did he get
married? Mike Tyson made a lot of his money a long time ago, and I think he kind of got into some debt at one point. So this
for sure,
to help him out.
I think he's having some financial issues.
Okay, we don't have to talk about boxing anymore. I just that was what I did on one day. I was just like, I've never done this. Anyways,
well, actually, let's talk about the Black Series content creator boxing match that's going to happen at ICCCon 2025.
Let's go.
Yes. I hear Blitz Transmissions Tommy is going to take on Nate from Out of the Basement.
Oh my God!
That's the next boxing match, and
that's the next one. Yep,
I am in
the Black Series community.
I was gonna take a joke, but I'm moving on. All right, so ICCCon 2025 is in May, so we're jumping into news now. That's so fast. That feels like it's right around the corner.
Dude, I can't wait.
But at the same time, like, it feels a little soon. Like, I can't wait to hang out with everybody again.
Yeah.
The people who go. But it feels like it's a little fast.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true. Yeah. I guess it's to make up for the last one taking so long, where it was like a year and a half wait.
Yeah, that's true. Mike, do you think you're going to be able to make it this time around, or
I don't know? That's
in May.
The summer specifically is like when we're looking to move and stuff. So I think I might be too busy to.
Well, yeah, you move to your state, and then you leave her.
Well, it depends on if
going.
Yeah, you're going to come closer. So
The problem is I don't think we're gonna move that soon. They're gonna move more in like July or August. So we'll still be like packing, saving money. Like I just don't think I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have a blast, Wilbon. Wilbon, you're gonna be there for the full weekend this time.
Yes, 100%.
Well, Wilbon's gonna be there for the full weekend. I'm not because my liver can't take that.
But as soon as like the rooms or whatever go up and they announce like where it's going to be and all that stuff, I think Michael Haven said it's going to be like December 1st, something like that, when he announces everything. So I'm totally in.
I want to get a room quick, and then I want to be. Let's honestly now, like while we're thinking about it, I hate to like plan on the podcast. This probably isn't interesting.
You can plan after the podcast,
after show. Yeah.
After show.
But I think it'd be cool if we try to get hotel rooms at least on the same floor. Like if we could coordinate that.
Yeah.
You know, like the figure ball, and then me and like the other boys, and if Mike
get adjoining rooms so you can just keep the doors open.
Joint rooms.
Yeah.
Joint rooms. Yeah.
Or just like get like a corner suite.
I have a vision of us all watching Revenge of the Sith because it's going to be the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith that month. Like, we're going to have a big watch party. It's going to be
Hayden's gonna be there,
all the boys sitting there in their underwear watching Revenge of the Sith.
Yep. Drinking the Trulies, watching
that's right.
Hayden.
Oh yeah, the mountains are blue, baby. Mountains are blue. They're going to be flowing down. All right, so ICCCon 2025 already right around the corner, and I hope they just keep it in May.
I agree.
So if everybody,
I will be there 2026 if I can't make it. Like once everything's good, I'm gonna make it a regular thing.
All right. So let's talk about the Yakface master list. So Yakface just added a bunch of code names to the list. So I was gonna share my screen, but I kind of want to move by this relatively quick because everybody can go to yakface.com and go to the master list. He just added a bunch of stuff for 2025. We know figures are coming out, but it's cool to look at the amount of things coming out. We have, I think, more A-list stuff coming out in 2025, a couple waves of figures already, some deluxes and all that. So go check out Yakface's master list. Kelnaka leaked the body, so he was pipelined. But
yeah, I liked that the leaker. The leaker was like, "Oh, I guess we're getting a Kelnaka." Like, well, of course we're getting in the pipeline. Like,
they're already in the pipeline.
Yeah, that's a surprise to you. We don't have a lot still on that pipeline, but we still have some.
Yep, and we've also seen his lightsaber lately too. Yep. So
yeah, but
I wasn't expecting to see like a full body leak here.
So he looks to me taller than Chrysanthemum.
The shins look especially tall, I feel like.
Yeah,
right?
I wonder
the shins look like they're higher because the knee looks higher.
Is there some reuse from Chrysanthemum, or is it all new sculpted?
It's real. So I tried looking. To me, the picture isn't sharp enough to see if, because the only way to tell because the only things it would be are the legs and arms, obviously. And it's not sharp enough to see the definition to see if like the sculpting is the same or not. But I don't think it is because the Chrysanthemum, like that ball joint that goes on the head is all the way up to the 8-inch mark.
That's true.
And Chrysanthemum isn't that tall. I think he's like 7 max.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, obviously it's a new torso. Boy. He's a tall boy. So, obviously he's a new torso. But, yeah, I think he's taller than the other ones. Were you getting Chrysanthemum?
Yeah, I'm trying to do a quick comparison. Yeah,
yeah.
Honestly, just quick glance, the feet look the same because the pattern of the hair, the shin area, like the lower leg, it looks taller on Kelnaka.
Yeah.
And if you notice, like, if you look at where the cut is,
yeah,
it looks like it's a different pattern than the cut on Kelnaka, and it's higher. Like Kelnaka's cut is way up here, and his waist even goes higher.
I think. Oh yeah, no, those aren't the same at all because there's less definition Like there's more thigh definition there, and the thighs on and lower legs on Kelnaka are a lot like more tubular, like straight up and down. Those are definitely new.
Are you saying Kelnaka is totally tubular, Mike?
He's totally tubular, dude.
And honestly, I feel like the arms are different too because they look like they're longer.
Yeah,
like Kelnaka. Chrysanthemum looks like he's kind of short and stubby, but Kelnaka looks like he's just really tall. Like if you look at how long his lower arm is, you see where the cut is and how short the upper arm is, like the bicep. It's so long going down from that, and then it's kind of equal here on Chrysanthemum.
Yeah. I do like this Muffin Man comment that's saying maybe it's utilizing an upcoming new Chewbacca legs and arms. And I could see that. If we got a new Chewbacca out of this.
Absolutely.
That sounds like some heat. I'm in for that.
So Kelnaka is coming soon. Next bit of news. I'm going to stay on Yakface's page because he posted a figure 8 minutes literally 8 minutes ago. So he has this, but the most recently, he just said, a reminder that Dash Rendar is also coming to the Black Series. Dash was specifically mentioned in Prince Caesar's press release copy alongside Luke and Leia. And, I wonder if, I don't think he's just posting this as a reminder. I feel like this is it's going to be revealed relatively soon. And he's, posting it to get his props. So
let the people know.
Yep. Let the naysayers know.
You know what's weird is I don't mind this as much as like the factory leaks, because like Yakface isn't 100% right all the time, and like things can change, things get canceled. Whereas if something's on a factory, I feel like that's a little bit more definitive, and we're not seeing it. Like the figure is still kind of in my brain, but like it could look a lot of different ways. Like I never thought the Kelnaka body would look like that. Like in my head, I was thinking like, what could they reuse from Chewbacca, Black Chrysanthemum? Like, like I don't know. I don't mind this. It doesn't ruin the fun for me as much as like a straight factory leak or.
Yeah, like
the idea of the figure versus seeing a partial figure that's not. Correct. And the leaker version may have errors to it as well. True. It may be inaccurate. Like there might. It just may not be the way it's actually going to look, and it could give you a bad impression of the way the figure's going to be. Yeah. Versus this is just a concept of a figure, like, the concept of a Dash Rendar figure. Okay, I can imagine how I want that to be.
Yeah, the Yakface pipeline, exactly. But the other thing is, though, the Yakface pipeline also has that, like. It's not definitive either. Like I said, like a pipeline, a Black Series pipeline from Hasbro is coming out, but Yakface one is still like it could also not happen. We're never 100% sure, so it always kind of keeps you on your toes.
There's always a chance that they can offer a glow in the dark figure, and then it actually just ends up not being glow in the dark.
Oh, that's true.
Like the whole NECA ordeal going on.
That was actually the Four Horsemen. The NECA thing was people got shipped extra.
Oh, the extra
Donatello play sets or whatever. Right. Yeah.
Did you hear about that, Wilbon? Both of those circumstances?
No, I haven't heard about that.
So Four Horsemen Studios sold a glow in the dark figure, and then due to a factory error, it ended up just being a figure and not glow in the dark at all.
Yeah.
So everybody's canceling it now.
Wow. Well, and they gave people that option. Like, we understand if you don't want this anymore because it's not glow in the dark. Like, they gave people that option to cancel it.
And then you can explain the NECA. You probably understand the NECA one a little better.
The NECA one was people were shipped. They pre-ordered from the NECA store cartoon Donatello workshop playset, and people were getting two. Like they were getting shipped two of them instead of the one they ordered, and they were doing that accidentally. So basically, people's like yours could have been shipped to somebody else, and like there's nothing you could do about it. Like that was yours.
Is there not a high number of those made?
No, and they were super expensive, and they were made to order.
Oh no!
So what they did there was they're begging people if they got an extra one to contact them so they can have it shipped to someone who didn't get one, and then the people that got an extra one get like $100 store credit for like the NECA store or something like that.
But then they threatened to say, if you don't return the extra one you got, you may not be able to buy from our store going forward or something like that.
100%.
Which
They
is
also did that. Yeah, they also did that.
But it's like, you all sent this to me, you know.
I actually had I used to buy a lot from a company called The Chosen Prime. All my like third-party Transformers. I ordered a Transformer for them, and they sent me a huge box with what was obviously someone else's order, and I got my figure out of it. But then it was also like, no joke, like 10 other very expensive Transformers. And for a little bit, I was like, oh my God, this is great. Like, I want all these. I could 100% keep all these. But I felt, and I looked it up, like legally, like if they mail you something, it's yours. Like you don't have any legal reason to send it back. Like if they mail it to you and your name and address was on it, legally, it's yours. But also, like, I know that they didn't mean to. I know I didn't pay for it. Like, I know this is not mine. So I ended up contacting them, and they gave me like a same thing. It was like a store credit for being honest or whatever. But like, I've had that happen before. It happens. Like people make mistakes. But yeah, that sucks.
It's like the old Monopoly bank error in your favor.
Yes, 100%. Yep.
Toy maker error in your favor.
Toy maker error in your favor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Dash Rendar. I'm looking forward to Dash. We know Dash is coming because he was accidentally on the back of the Prince Cheezor thing. But the more interesting thing for me was the other one you passed over, because this is a
right
new,
up next. So we have
this right here. This is a Coruscant guard. It's Coruscant Imperial Guard from Shadows of the Empire that Luke Skywalker disguises himself as in the story. And they made a figure of this back in like 1996 as part of their 3.75 inch Shadows of the Empire wave. And it was one of the better looking figures from the wave. Like, it was a legitimately cool figure.
You mean that?
Oh, you got it?
That right there, you got it.
Wait, oh wow, wait, did you pick this up at ICC-Con?
No, I've actually owned this for a little while. I have this and the Chewbacca figure on guard. Like they're
Snuva?
Yeah. And I
want them to do a Chewie Snuva figure so bad. Oh my God. I
cool.
love that so much.
These were such cool action figures.
They were cool.
They're awesome. I didn't own these as a kid, but my cousin did, and I always played with them when I went over to his house. But as an adult, I saw these in a store, and I was like, oh, these are only like $10. I'm just gonna get all of them. So
if they don't release these figures on that purple card, I don't even know why they bothered doing this.
Yes, and they're Shizor's in like the purple box, which is close enough, but
I really want them to do a Shizor in that box too. Like if they did all of those figures in that Power of the Force 2 purple box, I would buy the whole wave just to display.
Yes,
like that's it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I would buy 2 of every single one, keep and have some on card, and have some loose. But yeah, they're super cool. They're fun.
How do I get back to which one is it? Nope. I'm struggling here. Sorry, audio listeners. I'm having.
There you go.
What? Now it's not.
Oh my!
Now we're gone.
It's literally.
I'm just gonna remove it and add it back.
There you go.
Jesus. Okay. Back to the figure. So for the audio listeners, we're looking at so go to Yak Face's page, and his description says, "I can't see a thing in this helmet," which is obviously what Luke says about the Stormtrooper disguise, but this is him in this is a Coruscant. You said Coruscant guard or a
Coruscant guard? Yeah. Of course. This is back before. This is back before we knew like Coruscant guards were basically would just be stormtroopers with like the red like detailing on it. Like, you know, they had to make stuff up back then. Like,
so I just wonder
having to go off of
like how much new sculpting do you think they're going to give this, or do you think they're going to reuse parts of like I don't know, like maybe the parts of a Royal Guard, parts of like what do you think they're gonna go here? Because it's hard to envision Hasbro going fully new sculpt on. Like, it'd be like if they. I hope
they do. I don't know. I feel like they've done so many brand new sculpts this year. I think the budget's there to do it. Like Like if you look at the figures that have come out this year, like just the Acolyte wave and the Skeleton Crew wave alone have so many brand new sculpted figures in them, 100% new, no reuse. I really don't see an issue with them doing a new. I'm just looking right now at new sculpts. So we got a new Hope Luke Skywalker, new sculpt. Basil, new sculpt. Yord Fondar, new sculpt. Indara, Soul.
Every Acolyte figure, every Skeleton Crew figure.
May and
That's
Osha,
already like
the
12.
exception of the helmet. Yeah. Ahsoka Tano from Peridia, new sculpt. Grand Admiral Thrawn, new sculpt. Cassian Andor, new sculpt. Ki-Adi-Mundi, new sculpt. Super Battle Droid, new sculpt. Savage Opress, new sculpt. You know, like
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul, new sculpt. Imperial Armor
Speeder
Commando,
Bite.
new scope.
Or his Sith bite.
Little Anakin
bloodshed.
Skywalker, new scope. New Droidica, new
Padme.
sculpt. Yeah. Padme, Sebulba, new sculpts. Like
Ki-Adi.
The Stap. Does
know if
the
you said
Stap
that.
count?
Stap is a new sculpt for the vehicle, yes. But I
That's
just
basically
feel
a
like
figure, the size of it.
I feel like we've had easily like
Annie and Padme.
25 new sculpts this year. And a lot of the other ones are partial new sculpts. Like Vernestra, her only reuse is those legs, you know. Everything else brand new. So I feel like I don't know if they've just changing around the budget's there, or I don't know. I feel like they could.
On that a little bit, I feel like the top 10 this year is going to be so hard.
Yeah.
The top one is very easy for me.
What's the top one for you? Ki-Adi-Mundi?
Super Battle Droid.
Battle Droid.
Super Battle Droid?
Yep. So
I love Ki-Adi-Mundi. I love my Ki-Adi-Mundi especially, but I love this like Frankenstein piece of crap. But no, the Super Battle Droid's awesome. It's awesome.
Super Battle Droid got solidified as number one for me in like, August or something.
Mine's also very easy. It's Shin Hati, but the Arcana version. Yeah.
Okay. I respect it. I respect it. She's hot.
Yeah.
That cloak really does it. The cloak really does it for me.
It makes the figure.
Yeah.
Whenever they make a Sydney Sweeney Star Wars movie and they make her figure, she'll be my number one.
Yeah.
Sydney
When she
Sweeney,
plays
Darth Talon.
Darth
Talon.
Yeah.
Darth Talon.
The franchise is saved, Zach.
the Darth Talon movie starring her and Henry Cavill. Star Wars is saved.
It's saved.
Yep. And Glenn Powell's like the third.
That's right.
The third.
Yeah.
Didn't Darth Talon fight Kyle Katarn?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Henry Cavill could be Kyle Katarn, or Glenn Powell could be Kyle Katarn. Yeah, I'm just saying. Let's save Star Wars, guys.
What is it? Cade Skywalker? Isn't that
Cade Skywalker? Yeah.
Cade Skywalker.
Oh my God.
All right, let's jump into. Well, I guess I'll quickly mention I had it on the news thing, but there are Black Friday deals for Black Series figures. If you go to Amazon, there's a bunch of them on sale. I think there's some on Target also that are discounted. So go check those out.
To fill those holes, plug those holes, buy some extra army builders. I think I was looking. I almost bought another Pike Soldier because they were like
I did the other day. They're cool.
Yeah. Well, especially after Star Wars Outlaws, and we didn't talk about this. Star Wars Outlaws got a huge upgrade today, where they fixed a lot of the issues that people have with the game. Where like physical violence didn't feel right. A lot of the shooting mechanics didn't feel great. Like stealth that wasn't working. They did a huge overhaul on the game and basically like fixed everything. Like the way stealth and mechanics work is a lot different now. If you pick up like a bigger blaster that's not your normal blaster, you can carry it around with you. Because before, like if you climb a ladder or something, you'd immediately drop it. So now
that irritated me so much when I was
like why even bother using them if you can't So it seems like they legitimately heard all of these complaints people had and were like, yeah, we can fix all of those. Where like they've made it so like if you shoot like a stormtrooper with like a backpack in the back and it explodes, like it does more damage now and like stuff like that. Like
Okay.
So it matters kind of like where you shoot them, and like I don't know. I really want to replay it now.
Yeah, I've got some time off from work coming up.
Yeah.
I might have to revisit Outlaws.
What I want to do is buy a PlayStation 5 Pro and then replay it, because apparently
There you go.
upgrade looks
better.
really good too.
Yeah, I gotta buy the next. I'm probably gonna buy it this weekend. The Dragon Ball game, the one.
Oh, Sparking.
The Sparking Zero.
Yeah, Sparking Zero. Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping to see if it goes on, because most video games go on.
I was waiting for it to go on sale. That's the kind of thing I don't want to pay full price for it, but if it goes on a good sale, I'll buy it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm hoping. I'm probably gonna wait a week actually, see if it goes on a Black Friday sale, and then, pick it up then.
There you go.
But we do have reveals to jump into.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and share. Here we have Dagon Gera with Force Arm and a BX droid painted gold, looking like Iron Man.
Ronald McDonald looking at
I don't remember that battle droid like at all.
One bit. I don't remember it one bit.
Somebody had to post a screenshot of it, and I was like, "Oh, I guess that was in the game," but it's like not around for very long at all.
And honestly, I don't care. It's a commando droid, and it looks cool, and that's all I care about. Like, it does not matter to me whatsoever. But that stupid Dagon Gera, literally the day I posted my review, they revealed this, and people are like, "Oh my god, are you getting both? Or are you mad?" Like I don't know. Like, I want both.
Yeah,
like, aren't you the type of collector that, like, when there's new tooling, you're pretty much in anyway?
Yeah. So things like
tooling.
Things like, adding a cape to it, I don't care about at all. But this is it's got new sculpt on it. So 100% I'm gonna get it. But like we were talking about earlier, like, he only looks like this for a small portion of the game.
It's literally less than half of a fight that he has the ghost arm. So
but it's enough to where I do want that, because I want to recreate that. But I don't want just this, I guess, because he never just walks around looking like that.
Mm-hmm. No, I wish it was, like we said earlier, like a plug and play gimmick where you could just like plug in a thing in the arm when you don't want to display the Force arm and be able to swap it back and forth. But
sure.
Yeah. I'm also and switching to the droid, I don't really care. I feel like the droid is too, like, colorful for me. I'm not the biggest fan of the droid.
It's a really strong color combo with, like, the gold and red. It's not my favorite.
For me, on my shelf, because I got two of the regular ones on pre-order. Like, this guy is going to be like the leader, like the commando droid leader.
Commando.
Commando.
The Colonel Commando.
yeah. Commando.
But I'm passing on this set. Or two of you in on this?
I've got it on pre-ordered.
No, it's a pass for me as well.
Yeah, this is Amazon exclusive.
Yeah, and like you mentioned earlier, Bobon, I do think the right move would have been to, do a swappable arm on the single release too, instead of giving us the 2-pack with the Force arm. And it also is the arm translucent?
Yeah,
I guess it is. Yep,
it's translucent. Yeah,
so it's not just
if that made this.
If
that made this deluxe, then so be it, for like a single release with the Force arm gimmick. If they wanted to do like maybe charge a couple bucks more to make that happen, I would have rather done that than have it locked behind a 2-pack personally. But that's just me.
Well, one of my favorite little details though of the original release is this the fold of a sleeve that goes under the robe that you don't get with that 2-pack. Like, the sleeve just isn't there anymore because of the way it's sculpted and stuff. So I like that little detail of his sleeve going under his robe.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that is nice. And then we have another. All right, go ahead.
Personally, like, on my shelf, I would prefer like the more definitive version of the character anyway.
Yeah, same.
Hang on, I'm having trouble with sharing this second one.
Goodness. Talk amongst ourselves, Wilbon. Oh, there we go. Never mind.
Well, it's like not letting me click into it how I was on the last one. But
There you go. Just make it big.
there we go.
Make it big.
Make it big, Zach.
Make it big.
Make it big. That's my wife's job. Hey.
Hey yo, hey yo.
All right, Clone Commando, and B1 Battle Droid. So, Wilbon, we have played the Battlefront 2 game quite a bit.
Yeah.
And we have talked about this while playing the game. I feel like every time we play the game, we talk about, like, if we're playing clones, we always talk about what, like, we need this clone in the Black Series because it's so good. This is probably the one Commando clone that I wouldn't have cared for them to do, and it's the one they picked.
Yeah,
Literally,
we heard you loud and clear, Zach. You want some Commando droid clones from Battlefront 2. Here you go.
Womp womp.
This is the one you wanted, right? This is what you asked. You're like, thanks, it's just what I wanted. That's so nice.
Yeah.
It's like getting socks for Christmas when you're a kid. It's like, this is
just
not what I
wanted.
wanted, but I have to act happy.
Yeah. Like,
but I think the training droid is really cool.
I think it's a fun
the training droid is cool.
It's a fun sculpt.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But like the droid or the clone, I get why they did this one because it definitely has the least amount of paint, because the other option would have been the jungle one that has like the full camo, you know.
Right.
Or I don't really remember the other
Have they
one.
done a visor painted like that before?
With the blue? Yeah, they did a blue one. I think all of them are.
Were they? I just noticed.
I don't think they're that vibrant.
It's very
maybe
vibrant.
Edited. Yeah, maybe this is edited because it's like their press photos or whatever. But I don't remember them being that vibrant though. I think you're right about that.
Yeah, it's probably just a light, like a really bright ass light shining right into it, you know. So, but also, like, there's absolutely no weathering detail on the paint apps, and if you're re-releasing this one for the 5th or 6th time now, like, you got to throw some weathering on there. Like, it's just too plain white.
Also, at this point, they just need to give us a new forearm that doesn't have that hole in it.
Yeah, some new tooling for this. Like, I understand not doing the full. Like, what I want is it to be more bulky, like the old Republic Commandos were in the early 2000s video game, and they're more similar to that in the Battlefront 2 game. Like, they're bulkier. They're not like small like this Hunter body is. But to at least give us a new forearm that doesn't have a giant gaping hole in it, like, to me, that's just unacceptable at this point.
It's kind of odd, the contrast in these 2-packs, because with the Dagon 2-pack, they literally replaced an entire, or not replaced an arm, but they literally added an extra arm. But on the 6th or 7th release of this Commando droid, they refuse to fix that, which is...
They haven't sold enough of these to get the funding for a new arm for this guy. He's still got the big hole in it.
Good Lord. But the droid, I do like the droid, though. I think, because this could fit into any droid, like, to any separatist scene. Or any
I just wish, for this in particular, it really needed to be bulkier, like the ones in the game. Like, it's just too undersized for me.
The Commando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the droid is cool. I wish that was single packed. I would have bought that. But for me, I just don't want this Commando.
Yeah, like I do kind of want it. I don't want it enough to pre-order it, and I'm not sure I want it enough to even buy it at full price. This is going to be one of the times where I'm like, if I see it on sale, if GameStop has a sale, this is going to go to that category for me, because I do.
This is an Amazon exclusive, my friend.
Oh, this isn't GameStop. These are Amazon.
No,
okay, so then that's definitely going to go on sale at some point. So that's
both these are Amazon. Yeah, both these are Amazon.
I'm getting to the point where these Amazon multi-packs are just clearance chicken for me. Like, I'm just going to wait every time now.
I guess I just get to the point where I see that Gaming Greats logo, and it's just like, GameStop.
Gaming Crates hasn't been GameStop exclusive for a while, dude.
I know, but it's still like ingrained in my brain that if you see the sticker,
when I see Gaming Greats, I think wait for clearance now. Like that's just kind of where my brain goes.
Yeah, so I still might end up getting this one at some point, but it's not going to be anytime soon. And because it'll be cool to fill out the shelf with another clone and another battle droid. But
I honestly love the look of that training droid. I wish that was single packed. I would army build those. Those are cool.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
those are cool. So those are both of the reveals for
so those are part of the those are the first reveals for Gift the Galaxy, which was 2 Tuesdays ago. This Tuesday we didn't get anything Black Series related. I mean, there was the Balin Skull lightsaber from
roleplay.
We don't count that. We don't count that.
That's was it a Force Effects one?
Yeah.
No, I mean it was a Black Series. Yeah, Force Effects Elite Force Effects or whatever it's called. But I just don't count it because it's not a figure.
I really hate that stuff is under this name Black Series. It's just it's not the same thing at all.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like, we started off the Gift the Galaxy reveals with those 2 packs. I'm like, that's pretty good. I expect that we'll probably see the phase 1, was it phase 1 clone trooper and the super battle droid army builder get revealed, because that did show up. There was a post from someone that just got a bunch of stuff early from like China or whatever, and that was in there, and that's actually where we saw the boxes, because they had the same little like behind that little what was it, the crown molding that we were talking about. So I would guess that we'll probably get that reveal sometime in the next couple weeks.
Man, I wish I had not already built all of those, and I would be all over that 2-pack. But I've already got
just to get it,
like 5 of each now already, so I'm good.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get one just to get it, just to say like I got just
to support it.
Yeah,
I respect it.
What's one more for me at this point? I'll just get another one.
Yeah. So moving on to our discussion topic. So last episode we got an email. I think it was from Graydon, or I closed my tab on the email, so I apologize. I'm going to give credit. I'm going to go all the way and click through, change accounts. It was Graydon. Graydon sent us an email asking about our last 10 and how it's changed. I don't necessarily want to rehash that again, but so I did decide to make it its own discussion topic, and we're going to change it up a little bit. So we're actually each of us are going to build a final wave. Like if we had one more wave of Black Series figures, what would that wave be? But so the rule is we get 8 figures, 6 of them can be brand new sculpts, and 2 of them have to be reused or mostly reused. And you have to explain, like, if you have a new head on an old body, what body are you using, what the new character is, etc. Looking back, whenever I texted you all that this is what we're going to do, I should have done it to where like it's only 7 figures or like 6 figures, and you have to pick 1 figure to double pack or something, But we'll do straight, 8 figures.
I could do that. I could have a double pack in mine.
Well, we'll do 8 for now, and then we'll at the end we'll say like these are the 2 I'd have to kick out if I had to double pack. If you had to pick 2 to double pack, which one you'd have to get rid of? So who wants to go first on their wave?
I do.
Oh, and we get a deluxe. We get a new deluxe too. We get it'll be an Pulse exclusive to close out this line. And I already know what Mike's deluxe is good.
There might be some debate over whether something I have should be a deluxe or not, but we'll save it for the debate.
So what happens if we like if I say something and then Wilbon's like, I also have that on my list? Do we talk about it twice, or we just talk about his on mine? Like, what's going on there?
If we can just wait until each person does theirs and
then we talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So this was when you first proposed this to me today. I was like, oh yeah, no problem. this was a lot harder than I thought, because part of me, I want to do like, what's a figure we haven't had before? But then I'm thinking, okay, it's the last wave. What are some figures we have? But man, like I really want them to do a better job. Like I want a better version of it because it's so old. We might as well not have it. So I kind of mixed it up a little bit. So I'm going to start. My first one is going to be, of course, be Bespin Leia. I think she's one of the biggest holes missing in the line.
Good
one
choice.
of the only likenesses we don't have of Leia in the line. Long coming. My second one, controversial for some people, but I don't think it should be, is The Stranger, because I think universally, even if you don't like the Acolyte, I think it's hard to say that The Stranger wasn't cool.
Yeah.
So I definitely want The Stranger.
Also, you have every Acolyte figure, so it would be tough to have that and not have Stranger.
They have like no one to fight.
Yeah.
They're gonna stand around with their lightsabers.
Stand around looking cool. Yeah. Then I decided to throw the sequels some love. And I really feel like we need The Rise of Skywalker, Poe, and Finn.
Both of those are in there?
Both of them are in. So that's 4 figures so far. I'm halfway through.
Hot take.
And these are all, obviously these are all brand new, like haven't been done before, new sculpts. I just feel like, we've got The Rise of Skywalker Rey, and she's great. Like, we just need a Poe and a Finn to go with her. Like, I still have that Rey on my shelf. I got rid of a lot of the sequel figures, mostly not because I don't like the sequels, but mostly because they came out in like 2016, 2017, and they were not good figures. Like, they look
bad
terrible.
action figures.
They're just bad figures. Yeah, exactly. Then 2 figures that I want them to take another stab at. I really need them to give us a better Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. And then also same thing, but Snow Trooper. I think right now that's my most wanted trooper. And I think it would have to be all new. Wow. Like, I don't think they could reuse that from anything else, but I would want like new joints, like better articulation. Cause that trooper sucks. Like the one we have is terrible. So I would love to have a new Snow Trooper. And then the 2 that I have on here that are reuse, Jango Fett could easily be made from that new Mando body. And then also IG-88 obviously being used from IG-12. Now, I talked about this with Zach earlier because I was like, IG-12 is deluxe, but I don't think he's deluxe because of the figure itself. I think he's deluxe because of all the other stuff he came with. I think the simplified chest on there, and just like the guns and stuff, I don't think he would have to be deluxe. So I want a new IG-88, because like for me, one of my favorite displays, like if I got rid of most of my Black Series figures, I would keep those bounty hunters, like those that bounty hunter set. Like I would 100% keep those, and I would want a new Boba and a new IG-88 to go with those. And I think the rest would be fine. And then you can 100% guess my deluxe figure.
Ponkro.
It's Ponkro.
You got it.
I already knew. I knew that's
4 arms, 2 double-bladed lightsabers, like 100%, not even a question. I would gladly pay $50 for that figure. I don't even care. Like, if it's got to be super deluxe or whatever, like made to order, I'm doing it. Don't even care.
I'm into.
Oh, I'd buy it. I'd buy it for sure. All right, Wilbon, you're up next.
All right. So the way I approached this was more what I personally want, like not like what I think they should do, because like what I think they should do is vastly different from what I want.
That's fair.
So selfishly, I'm going to go with, to start, a new Sand Trooper, which is just mostly the 2020 Stormtrooper with just new deco, the pauldron, and a new helmet, because I feel like the helmet is really undersized. It needs to be bulkier and a little bit misshapen, kind of like one of those OT Stormtroopers was. And he'll have the new backpack or whatever, but like mostly the same body as the 2020 Stormtrooper.
Yep.
For my next figure, I'll have
Hold on. You know what else he needs though? He needs that fun little camera droid thing from a new.
That's like following him around. Yeah. As long as it's doesn't become a deluxe at that point, we'll throw that in there. I think if they just give him like one gun instead of the 3 guns that the first one came with, and then, that's fine. He just come with like the big rifle thing. That
I would trade both those other guns out for the camera droid. No problem. Yeah.
Agreed. 100%.
For sure.
That would go hard.
And it should plug into his backpack.
Yes, and he's like floating next to him.
Well, it'd be like the 3.75 inch Black Series one. It literally has the clear, stand that plugs into the shoulder or backpack or whatever. It floats around with him.
Yep. And for this one, I would have them actually put a real wash on it and not do like the printing
dot matrix,
the dot matrix printing. Yeah, put a real wash on that thing. Let's make it look good this time. And for my second figure, I'm gonna go with Watto. I feel like you can't have little Annie without having a Watto. And I feel like the Black Series always kills it with aliens. I think it would look so good. I would like him to come like with a flight stand though. So because I don't know how you would display him like sitting on his little feet. I feel like he has to be flying.
100%.
So
yep.
Yeah, that would be my choice there. For my next one, I'm going to go with Max Rebo and the Red Ball organ. And I would ideally
that's a lot of plastic. That's a
lot to come in a box. Yeah, it should not be deluxe.
It would have to be deluxe.
See, this is what I'm saying. I feel like I would have to be pushing it on this one, but I would really maybe since he doesn't have a lot of paint, he's just blue and then has like little black eyes.
Bro, Cobb Vanth was a deluxe figure, my guy.
Wilbon, here's the question though: where's his feet?
He doesn't have any feet in my world.
So you're one of those.
He's gonna be molded.
One of those. You're one of those.
Yeah. I'll have him just molded into it, but like these weird legs don't exist in my world when I'm making this figure. Because why would you ever pull him out and just like sit him like this?
No, I need my diaper Rebo.
Well, you can't have everything you want. Well, sometimes you can. But for the sake of this list, he's going to be molded into this, and then this will be the whole thing in my world. All right, next, you already know my selfie series, Jack Porkins.
Oh, for sure. Jack Porkins.
Yeah. I need a Porkins in my life. This can't be the only Jack Porkins I have. I can't be stuck with Power of the Force forever.
That's Power of the Jedi, buddy.
Oh, excuse me. Power of the Jedi then.
Yeah.
Bro's bankrupting Hasbro on his last wave here.
All these exclusives all around, boys.
That deluxe Jack Porkins.
Deluxe Jack Porkins. Deluxe cause fat.
Deluxe.
Top men.
Top men. For my next one, I'm going to go with Bespin Luke.
I almost did Bespin Luke. Oh, man.
The old one we have sucks.
It sucks. It sucks. It needs butterfly joints. It needs better joints. Yeah. I figured though that one could be mostly reused because we already have half of it with the Dagobah Luke.
That's true. We'll count it then. And then that means my next one won't be a lot of reuse. He's going to be a fully head to toe new figure. 9 Numb. We gotta get a 9 Numb in the line. I feel like that's one of the few holes in the OT for me that like we need. You could easily swap this for Lobot, honestly, because we need a Lobot in the line.
I almost had Lobot in my list as well. Yeah.
And can you tell I really just want a bunch of OT stuff, guys?
Yep.
But my original plan was to like do what a lot of customizers do and like reuse like a Rebel Trooper or Rose Tico for the body for this and just do like a new head, new hands. But you know what? We're gonna reuse part of the Dagobah Luke legs and make Bespin Luke happen instead.
There you go.
And for my deluxe, I'm gonna go with Dirge. Dirge is a absolute need for me. I love the Clone Wars 2D micro series. Sure. Dirge was so cool in that. I think a Black Series figure of Dirge, whether it's made to order or, super deluxe, however you want to look at it, needs to happen at some point. I feel like it's an absolute necessity for my personal collection. And then for my last one, I'm going to go Kyle Katarn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Enough said.
Wait, was he pipelined though?
No.
He hasn't been pipelined yet?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Well, what Shadows Empire figure was pipelined?
Prince Shizor. That's not
Prince
Kyle Katarn. Is that
Caesar.
Shadows of the Empire?
Kyle Katarn is Dark Forces, bro.
He's Dark Forces.
Oh, okay. It's all the same thing to me. Early 90s.
It's not.
Game
It's a
Boy.
video game.
Video game,
Like-
man.
All right, so mine.
And he's in the Jedi Outcast game and
Okay.
Jedi Academy and all that. He's in a bunch of stuff.
To me, him and Dash Render are the same guy. So
Oh, they're so.
You got to play some older
like
games, man.
They're like the same guy.
Render's not even a Jedi. He's just a guy. He's just
some
90s
dude.
Extreme Han Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I say, aren't they just like Han Solo mixed with Luke a little bit, and that's what
Kyle
you get.
Katarn is, yeah,
Yeah.
but Dash Rendar is not.
Dash Rendar is like extreme Han Solo.
Yeah.
That's him.
All right, so does anybody want to guess my first two newly
Anakin
sculpted?
Skywalker and
Anakin,
Obi-Wan.
yeah.
I specifically didn't put these on my list because I knew you would.
I see. It would be too easy, and
Yeah.
I was just like, nah. Let's let Zach have that.
Yes, these are Zach's.
Why do you got to say that with such little enthusiasm? Let's hype
Because
this up a
it's
little
so
bit.
predictable, but
But it's
also,
gotta happen.
Also, I would be upset if you didn't. So
I would
happy
be
you
shocked.
did.
Yeah.
Well, they're not on my list at all. No, I'm joking. They are.
No.
They're my first.
Don't do that to me.
Obviously, I feel like I would have to get, even though we have the figures technically, if it's the last wave, I would just have to knock those out. Newly, like brand new, modern 2025 articulation. Oh wait, Luke made it live.
Lance Peter Luke is here.
So obviously Obi-Wan and Anakin would be there. I have another figure that we already have that I'm going to do a new sculpt for, and that's Episode 4 Han Solo.
I almost had that on mine. I had to take them off, but it was so close to being on mine. Yeah.
I was thinking about...
I would have said that, but I have this guy, so I'm good.
Yeah, the SHF one, but that doesn't look like Harrison Ford to me. So...
I think it looks good.
But I feel like, we just got a new Luke, a new Leia. It would make sense to close it out with a new Han. Like, I'd be fine with the Chewbacca's that we have. It wouldn't be ideal. I'd love a new Chewbacca, but I didn't put him on the list. The next one might be a little controversial, but I have to have little Leia next to all of my Obi-Wan Kenobi show figures because it's such a gaping hole. And like, I mean, it's not my favorite show. It's probably, but I do still like the show, and little Leia was great in it. So
yeah, I don't see how you can do merchandise from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show and not do little Leia.
yeah,
Like she's too integral to the show.
Yeah, like the kid actress did an amazing job. Like,
What we really should have gotten is a 2-pack with Obi-Wan Kenobi with the oversized coat. With the Imperial disguise. Imperial disguise Obi-Wan Kenobi. So that little Leia could be like underneath.
wait, hold up. I mean, if you're offering, like, I'm not going to say no, Luke. I mean, I'm not going to turn it down. You got my address. I got shipping money or whatever you need. And then I have to give the sequel some love. We need Crate Luke. It's just such a gaping hole. It's the best look for Luke Skywalker in the sequels from one of the coolest scenes from the entire trilogy. And so I think Crate Luke is just like a good progression and there's the import one right there that looks nothing like Mark Hamill.
It looks like him.
Honestly, it looks like a hobbit.
Yeah, we'll see if Black Series ever does one.
I know.
Right.
I feel like that figure went on sale for like $30 too. I should have.
It was so cheap, man.
I probably should have got it. And then, so a new sculpt. I thought about having this one be a reuse, but I decided to flip these. So we'll see if you all think it's okay. I'm going to go new sculpt on the Galactic Marine from episode 3. It's
Nice.
arguably my favorite clone trooper. I mean, we only see them in the movie for, less than 15 seconds, it seems like. So, but I've always loved playing with him in the Battlefront 2 game, but it has to come with the rocket, like the shoulder rocket.
It's got to have like the machine gun
Gatling
rocket
gun.
thing.
Yeah. The Gatling gun from the game. It's got to come with that. So it's got to be like a Battlefront 2 version from 2005. And then for my reuse, I got 2 reuses. I'm going to go Chancellor Palpatine, but I'm asking you all if this counts, because just take the body, which is like that Luke body, and just give it a new head and a new robe. That's mostly reuse, right? Because it's just the Luke body and legs from figures we have. So Chancellor Palpatine, any, like, really, I guess it'd have to be, so it'd have to be soft goods on top if I'm reusing the body underneath. But I think they could make it work.
Oh yeah.
And then last reuse, Death Star Gunner, and then just reuse the Death Star Trooper, and then just give it the new helmet. That I'm not sure if that makes it 100% accurate or not, but at this point, like, I would just want that, you know. So, and then my deluxe, I had a hard time thinking of a better deluxe figure to add. Like, there's probably characters more important, but I'm gonna agree with Mike. I went Pong Krell on my deluxe because
my guy.
That's one of, if not the coolest arc in the entire Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And to have him, you know, with Rex and the other clones would be pretty sick on the shelf. So that'd be the last wave. And then can we think of anything that we'd be missing? Like, hypothetically, if they made like the last 3 waves and it were all the figures that we did, like, what would be a big hole that we didn't
Lobot.
get to?
Yeah.
Lobot.
Like, I feel like Empire Strikes Back is pretty good for representation. You've got pretty much everything, except for maybe like that Leia you talked about. But like Lobot's one that's like.
What about the guy with the Camtono, the ice cream machine running into the hallway?
Wilro Hood.
Wilro Hood.
We need the Wilro Hood.
Hey, I'm down. We've already got the Camtono. The sculpt is already made.
Yeah, and I also considered
90% there.
The sculpt's 90% there.
Newt Gunray.
There's a lot from the prequels they haven't made, especially Phantom Menace.
Oh, maybe I'll change my deluxe. Maybe I'd make Queen Amidala my big
with light up dress.
That'd be good.
With light up dress.
A straight up traffic cone. She's just flat on the bottom.
I did also consider
like a Christmas tree topper.
Yeah.
I did also consider putting like a brand new Darth Vader on there just to get new legs, but then I was like I'd rather have a different, newer figure than just new legs on the Vader. You know,
I'm okay with the Vader.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not ideal to have the Vader legs that we have, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So I did think about that for a second, and then I did think about doing Jango Fett as a new sculpt.
I did too. Yeah,
you wouldn't need Jango Fett as a new sculpt though, because like the Mandos we have are almost there. Like the same chest piece, the same pants. You just need to put that gun belt on them, and like you've got a Jango.
Yeah, that's probably true. And then I did think about an ESB Boba, but
hey, for me, I'm happy with the Mafex that I've got for Boba. I'm good.
Yeah, that's still 30. That's still 37 on that toy store. So
that's a cheap one. But that's not even expensive, and you can get. I think they had it on Ami for like 27.
Black Series.
So I'm talking about my shelf.
Black Series. I don't mix around with that riffraff.
The Mafex is up to $44.99 now. It was 37 the other day. So I've been eyeing that and then like packaging that with Brutus and just making a big bad order. And even though I usually don't like ordering, I don't like paying Big Bad the extra $1.
Yeah.
You know, I've never liked paying them the extra $1 to order a figure I can probably just find at Walmart or like get it on Entertainment Earth or whatever else.
The only thing I have on pre-order from Big Bad is the Street Fighter figures, because like you can't find those anywhere else really.
Yeah.
But if I package that with this Mafex Boba, then I guess I won't mind giving them the extra $1. But I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Also, I did want to ask you, Wilbon, since you're sort of into the know on these imports,
Okay.
Is that C3PO gonna be available again, or is it right now? Because I canceled mine.
Let me go look at Ami. Because when I was looking the other day, it said orders were closed. So
hopefully that goes back up. I'll pick that one back up.
It will probably come back in stock, and you could always wait, because what tends to happen is they'll get like returns and then they'll be marked down, and it'll say like pre-owned, even though the figure's completely fine, even if the person never opened it, but they mark it pre-owned anyway. So it should come back in stock, but like I'll keep an eye on it and let you know.
You mean this SH Figure Arts C3PO?
Is that the VAC metal? Is that the VAC metal one?
Yeah. I know. Nice. I've had it for a while, but it's SH Figure Arts.
That's super cool.
Someone sent this to me, and the R2.
Hey, Luke, I have 2 SHF Star Wars. All right, so I've got a couple. I just don't need every single one. I'll dabble. I just haven't been super impressed by the 2 that I've gotten. I'll say that. I mean, the Vader is okay.
I think that version Mike has is available pre-owned, but it's like 64. So
I'll sell it to you for $70.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm finding a new podcast host. Lobot's already here.
Wait on that new one to come back, or I'll let you know. I'll text you.
All right, yeah. Let me know if that one goes up, because I need to.
I watch this pretty frequently. These listings, and Coffee's always updated on it. Yeah, this one's VAC metal, and it's listed on here at 42-ish. So it'll probably be around that, and then you'll have to add shipping on top of it.
And that's fine. Because whenever, like, you know, a couple months ago when I got the notice from the last job, I was like, I don't want any of this stuff like piling on my credit card, and I hate spending money if I'm not bringing in money. You know, like I'm not spending savings on stuff.
No, everyone understands. You know, canceling pre-orders when you don't have a job, for sure.
And I was like, a lot of this stuff
fine.
I could just get later on. But that was one of the things.
You don't have to justify being responsible with your money, Zach.
Well, no, I'm saying like that was one of the things that I was like, I don't need it, but because I did keep some stuff. You know, I kept like the new Luke and Leia and on Entertainment Earth and all that, but
they should get extra stock after they fulfill their pre-orders, Zach. So,
all right,
all hope is not lost if you want that.
Perfect. But other than that, I mean, we don't really. Oh wait, we got Hall of Fame. I almost forgot the Hall of Fame. I can't believe it.
So, Lando, right?
Hey,
are we doing this? Are we really doing this right now?
Honestly,
that might be good. That might be good engagement bait for you guys on social media. We were talking about engagement bait and trying to get people to reply in your comments and stuff. That might be good.
But I genuinely don't have a good reason for him not to be. Like, he is a good figure. Exactly.
It's a good switch up from what we normally talk about. You know. Because we kind of hash out some of the same things.
Is this like when the NFL put a punter into the Hall of Fame, where it's like, I guess he was good. Yeah, okay.
Long snapper Hall of Fame.
yeah.
Speaking of NFL, are you watching this game?
It's a really good figure. I'm actually not.
No, he's paying attention to the podcast he's on, Zach.
Look, the game, there's literally a snowstorm going on. I got to keep.
Well, I have to flip it on now. I'll keep it. I'll flip it on. Oh my God, it really is.
But I'm down for General Lando. General Lando is an amazing figure. He just has a bad rap for sitting on the shelves forever. It seems
which isn't his fault.
It's not. Yeah. It's a good figure. It was just double packed, like what, twice?
I think so.
Yeah, it was overproduced, but that does not make it not good.
Right.
Yeah.
I have nothing to add other than the likeness is fantastic.
It is one of the best likenesses like in the entire line. That General Lando figure.
Like that's straight up Billy D. That's him.
All right, so it is official. We aren't even debating it. It is General Lando. I'm pretty sure he's number 15. I think last episode. I haven't posted last episodes yet. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and we can kind of go over what we've done here. So Vader was first, and then we did Game Guard, Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike, Greedo, Dagobah, Luke, and Yoda. Fennec Shand is number 6. The 2020 Stormtrooper comes in at number 7. Count Dooku is 8. Figuring Dan and the Modal Nodes is 9. 10, we did the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi, the good one, not the Tartakovsky Obi-Wan. That would be a good last wave one, like a legit, like accurate Tartakovsky.
Oh, sure.
Obi-Wan would be
absolutely
good.
Sure.
And then
they
11,
could be mostly reuse.
Yeah, yeah. We did the Return of the Jedi Deluxe Boba Fett, and then we did the Hoth Rebel Trooper for number 12. Ventress was 13. And then once I got the Hoth Speeder.
Oh, the Snow Speeder.
Or the Snow Speeder, yeah.
So that was 15. So 16 would be last week.
Yeah.
And then this would be 17.
No, that was 14. So the Hoth Speeder was the Snow Speeder was 14, and then last week was 15 to this, and which was Cad Bane and Toto.
Cad Bane and Toto.
And
then General Lando.
Which I'll post that, and then I'll post. I'll try to remember to post it, but sometimes we all get busy. We all get busy.
Life happens. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's gonna be about it. Mike, do you have anything else? Anybody got anything else to add before we end this? No, this is a short one for Wilbon because he's used to going for another 4 hours.
That's right. This is a walk.
What are you gonna do with all the rest of your time, Wilbon? I'm gonna do it for tonight. Spend time with your wife?
I might have to go do that, guys.
Aw, darn it.
Shoot.
Nuts.
Yeah. No, but we did just there was a little bit of import talk on this show. I'm pushing my own things over here, but we did just recently this past Monday rank all of the imports, all the Star Wars imports. If you guys want to check that out, let you know which ones are actually kind of worth it and which ones really you should avoid. So that was a fun stream.
Yeah,
cool.
I popped into the SHF tier list one.
Yeah,
it's hard to watch like everybody's content now because since I'm not working from home right now, I actually have to pay attention and learn at work. Since I just started,
you can't just slack
last
off.
Week, I can't just watch stuff. So it's been hard watching everybody's stuff now. But I'll pop in and say hi.
That's cool, man. Appreciate you.
But I think that's it. So, Wilbon, give us all your plugs before we jump off the pod.
Yeah, absolutely. I stream every week on the Figureball YouTube channel with Zooboy and Mr. Coffee and Fig Fury, who was just in chat earlier. Please go check that out on YouTube. Just search Figureball or Monday Night Figureball, and I'll pop right up. So, we stream every single Monday. We don't miss a Monday at 8:15 every single week.
Rain or shine. Rain or shine.
Yeah,
it's the perfect watch it when it's done, like while you're doing the dishes, while you're cleaning up the house, just have it on because you can turn it up loud and then they're not going to stop for another 5.5 hours. So you can literally just clean your house.
Let it play.
Yep.
I have it play when I leave so my cats feel like someone's home.
Oh, that's perfect. I love entertaining people's cats. That's awesome. Hey, I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect show to listen to while you're doing your figures. If you got to resort your figures because it lasts a long time, you don't have to go back to your computer and pick something else.
The best is when you're in the middle of something, I'm sure, and then you'll hear just a wild take from Zooboy or something. You have to turn around and be like, "What was that? What is that take?"
There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, exactly. But we have so much fun doing that show, and I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun, and I have a great time doing it. So go check that out.
Yep. Mike, you got any videos you're working on? Throw any plugs before we hop off?
I did the video on the whole big wave figures. I'm gonna do one probably on the Yoda Greed 2-pack, and then probably the wave of Skeleton Crew after that. I like doing Wow, my voice is just all over the place there. I like doing wave figure reviews. Number one, it's a lot less work for me. And number two, kind of like, I like longer form content now. I like having something on that's just on while I'm doing stuff. And I know it'll be on for a while, like a good 30, 40 minutes. So I like longer videos like that. I don't know about you guys, but that's the content I consume on YouTube now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what attracted me to your guys' podcast, because I love to listen to you guys in the car. Like, I drive for work all day some days, so just to have a show that goes for 2 or 3 hours to listen to in the car is awesome. I love that.
Happy to help out.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you for entertaining me and making work less mundane.
You can follow me on TikTok at the Star Wars Black Series. You can also follow me on Instagram. It's just the podcast name, Black Series Cantina. Check us out on Patreon if you want to support the show. We're going to be doing some giveaways here soon. We have a tier for every budget. The VIP tier just got taken up, so that is no longer available. But you can, join us live if you want, or to watch the video if you're normally an audio listener. But if you cannot support us financially, we still appreciate it, doing anything, whether you can, like a YouTube video or because you can watch our old YouTube videos. We make those public after about a year or so, liking those, checking those out, leaving a review on, Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever you listen, preferably a 5-star review would really help out. We have merch if you want to support the podcast that way. We have mugs, pint glasses, t-shirts, hoodies, you name it. Follow us on Twitter/X at TBS Cantina. Join our Facebook group, which is more important. That's where we usually post. We have people that post in there when they get figures and some cool conversations going on in there. That's just Black Series Cantina. It is a private group, so you do have to request permission, but I like it better that way because there's not a whole lot of riffraff going on in there. No
street rats.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't buy that.
Yeah, we don't
only
like
favorite closer.
But
a lot of chill collectors in there. It's a cool Facebook group.
Yeah, and then keep the email segment alive. Do not let it die. blackseriescantina at gmail.com if you have a question or if you just want to vent about anything, figure related, Star Wars related, whatever. It doesn't matter. Send us an email. We'll read it on the show. But that's going to do it for Black Series Cantina episode 84. Wilbon, thank you so much for joining us, for being a great friend all these years now, and congrats on your own show. Doing successful. Hope it keeps going.
Yeah.
In the positive
I'll come
direction.
I'll come back anytime you guys will have me.
Absolutely. So we'll be back in 2 weeks, and that will probably, I can't say for sure, we'll probably have 2 more Black Series Cantina episode. Is that today is the 21st,
so it'll be the 5th, and then there could be one on the 19th. I'm okay with that if you want.
And then I think we're going to take a holiday break and not record around the 2nd. We'll come back around mid-January, but we'll announce that all officially later whenever we lock that down in concrete.
But you know what we have to talk about next episode that I'm pretty excited about? Hopefully.
Skeleton Crew?
Skeleton Crew.
By then?
Right. Oh,
nice.
This is the last episode before we get Skeleton Crew. Maybe I'll care about all these kid figures I just bought. I don't know.
Hey, that Neil I've got on order will
already care about Neil.
More fun. Yeah.
I already care about Neil. I don't need anything to make me care about Neil anymore. Neil is cared for as much as I can care for a little elephant alien kid.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep, exactly.
But I hope to care about the rest of the kids.
Yeah. I'm in for KV right
now. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you back in 2 weeks for hopefully some more Black Series reveals and anything we have to come up with. So we'll see you then.
That's right. Bye.
Bye.